People, how are we doing? How are we doing? Let me know how you're doing in the chat. Sorry I'm late. I've been putting together things because this is going to be another massive one. Because you guys were so receptive when it came to naming films that you don't like. So I've got a lot of films that we're going to talk about. But first of all, hello. How's everyone doing, guys? White Noise, great to see you. Jay, as always, beautiful to see you. Stefan, hello, Stefan. Hello, Jack Experience. Hello, Clay. Hello, Grail. After your debut the other night. Guys, this is going to be an epic one. I don't know if Dan is in here, but because he sent that ages ago. And Cohen, I guess, will be joining us after the football. And Rig Gaming's probably not here as well, but thank you very much. Guys, all right, first and foremost, in the pinned at the top is a question, and I need an answer. And I know some of you guys have given me an answer, so it's probably not as exciting as it should be right now. But tell me, the lead actor in Platoon, let me know. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to just put together a few little things at my end. And as I said, this is going to be a mammoth one. Well, it's not going to be as long as the tier lists, thank God, but it is going to be a bit of a mammoth one because you guys have come up with so many films that you think are overrated. There's going to also be a little poll going on, a general poll where you can vote for what I consider to be the most controversial of choices. And at the end of the night, not night, it's daytime, at the end of the session, the stream will know what you guys think about these specific subject matters. But for now, tell me about, well, it's not. You know it's not as well, Jay. I know you know it's not. Thank you, Jack, for subbing. And White Noise, how are you asking me how I am? I am good. I am good. Unfortunately, though, and I'm going to put this here. Unfortunately, I just finished watching The Fall Guy. Just literally now, like literally 20 minutes ago, finished watching The Fall Guy. And my God, that was a waste of money. That was a big waste of money. That was not good at all. Has anyone seen The Fall Guy? Because people kept saying, no, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's not the best, but it's fun. Oh my God, it's not fun at all. It's a waste of my money. And then last night I saw Furioso, which I'm not going to say anything about that. But yeah, have you guys seen either Furioso or have you seen The Fall Guy? Because I want to know your thoughts. I really do. And Jay, you are a true gentleman and a scholar, as we say here in the UK. You're a gentleman and a scholar, my good man. Haven't seen it or Furiosa. Well, okay, so Grail, I saw your list of overrated movies, and I can tell you're not going to like either of these two films. So I would suggest you do not watch them. I was thoroughly disappointed. It's meant to be a comedy. I didn't laugh. Now, that could just be me. Maybe I just don't like comedy, but I don't think it is. It's all over the place, Stefan. It's all over the place. The script is all over the place. And I think, from what I remember, it was meant to come out last year, and then they done some reshoots, and now I can see why. And you can always tell, nowadays, you can always tell when a film's had some reshoots and been stitched together in post. You can just tell. Like, they used to be able to hide it so well, but now it's like for example, Fury Road was a number of reshoots and a number of script changes, but you don't really tell. With Fall Guy, you can tell that there was some huge rewrites and some huge reshoots. Terrible. Yes, I saw it at IMAX. It's take your girl out for dinner and a movie type film. That Fall Guy. Yeah, I heard Az, who's another one, Az and Crystal Drinker and so forth. And as, without being too crude, Az says it's the kind of film you take a girl out to if you want a hand job. I said I'm not going to be crude, and then I said that. So, but I didn't say, he said it. I'm just copying what he said. Fall Guy was mid. I wish it was mid. I wish it was mid. I feel like I've just been. I feels like I think I told you guys a few weeks ago. My car got broken into and my camera got stolen. It felt really. It felt really surreal. It's never happened to me before. Today, finishing watching Fall Guy, I feel like the same thing just happened to me. It feels like someone broke into my house. I heard once about this serial. He's not even a serial killer. He's a guy who would climb into people's windows, stand over their bed, or just stand at the edge of their bed, and then do stuff to himself, and then he'd leave. It felt like that just happened to me, but unfortunately, I didn't have any fun, and they did because they took my money. So that's not good. Well, guys, here's what we're doing today, right? First and foremost, we are going to do some light chat. And then after the light chat, I'm going to pull up all the names of all the films that you guys said. And believe me, there's a lot of names here. There's going to probably be a bit of repetition going on, but there's a lot. I've got like 50 names here. Well, sorry, I got more than 50 names. I've got 50 printouts, which means some people put 3 or 4 films. There's probably going to be like 100 and 150 films here. So I'm hoping a lot of them repetition because otherwise I will be here all day. But what's going to happen is I'm going to go through each one. We're going to all collectively talk about them. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on each film and tell you whether they're overrated. If I've seen them, I probably have seen them. So we're going to all collectively decide if a film is terrible or not. And how we're going to do that is by the power of telepathy, because I'm not going to do a poll list or a tier list for this one. But there is going to be this poll that I've just put into the chat. And also I'm going to move that to, I'm going to pin that to the top now. And you guys can actually go in on this poll and you can let me know what you think of those choices. I'm going to get up on screen as soon as I pin it, which is a bit of a problem right now. But as soon as I finish pinning it, then I will, I'll put it on screen. And as I said, it's a general poll of the films that probably are the most controversial of the ones that we have to go through today. But guys, I want to know, talk to me. How are you doing? It's a Saturday. I'm trying a different time. I'm trying a different day. I haven't done a Saturday stream before. Never done a 4:30 p.m. Before as well, because, well, I can. It's a Saturday. I can't do that during the weekday. How are you guys liking this time? How are you liking the time? Is it working for you? Also, is the day working for you? And just generally, how are you doing? I like knowing how people are doing so we can get a nice feel of everything. That's the poll. Lord of the Rings series, Star Wars series, Matrix series, Tarantino movies, Nolan movies. So whack onto that poll and vote. It's going to be there for the whole session. And at the end, I'll go through it and we can talk about which one works for you guys and which one doesn't work for you guys. Yeah. And then I'm going to give it about 4 minutes. Let everyone get in. And then we're going to start going through all these names, all these beautiful names. So, Jay, Harry Potter wasn't mentioned as much as Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. The Matrix wasn't mentioned, actually, but I put it in there anyway because, you know. And a lot of people said Tarantino movies or specific Tarantino films, and a lot of people said Nolan. So I guess you have to be at the top to be taken down, right? You can't be at the bottom to be taken down. So these guys obviously did something really well. These guys and girls did something well. So, you know, can only applaud them for that. Didn't sleep much last night, but I'm great. Glad to be here. I could ask you why that is, Grail, but I don't think I should, because I'm trying to keep this into a family show, even though I started off the stream by doing 2 dirty jokes in a row. But Grail, I don't want to know why you were up last night or why you couldn't sleep last night. I'm wondering, but how old are you? Because online it says you're 50 years old. And do you think Spider-Man No Way Home is overrated? You know what? If people want to believe I'm 50 years old, they can keep on telling the world I'm 50 years old. But I'm not, but people can keep saying I am. What's wrong with being 50? I was looking at the cast of this terrible film, The Fall Guy, today. You know, Ryan Gosling is 43 and Emily Blunt's 41. They look fantastic, don't they? They look fantastic. And Spider-Man No Way Home is actually on the list, I believe. So I'll talk about it when it comes up. You made your choice. I should probably see what those results are, shouldn't I? But anyway, you can go onto the poll. You can vote for any of those films or series or directors. It's a bit early for you. Do you know what, Bootle Bad Boy? It's a bit early for me too. I'm not going to lie. It's a bit early for me. I'm like a werewolf. When the night strikes, I am vicious. This is a bit kind of, do you know what I mean? But I thought, why not try it out? Because we have viewers all across the globe. And I think this might be a nice, for a Saturday at least, a nice general consensus that works for everyone. Hello, Recitus. I think I said your name right for the first time just then. Voted. I'm so proud of how the voting is going. I don't know how the voting is going, actually. Let me vote for something. So, guys, I'm going to vote right now live on the stream. What's the most overrated of these 5 things? I like Nolan. I don't think he's overrated. I like Tarantino. I don't think he's overrated. I like Star Wars for the first 3, but I don't think anyone particularly thinks they're overrated, like really highly rated now, like 20 productions down the line. So I'm not going to say it's the most overrated. Lord of the Rings, not going to hear anything bad about that. So I'm going to say The Matrix, because Matrix 1 is good. Matrix 2 has some nice sequences, but ultimately is a big disappointment. And Matrix 3 is a big steaming turd of turd. So those are the results right now. Matrix is actually winning. Well, no, it's tied with Nolan movies. You guys, I thought you guys were not going to go off on Nolan. When I first started my channel, I was like, I probably shouldn't go after Christopher Nolan because he's so loved. I made a couple of videos about him where I said he's a bit overrated in terms of his overall filmography, but I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a terrific director. But you guys have got this Christopher Nolan just perversion. You do not like him, do you? Do you like Nolan? Yes or no? Do you like Christopher Nolan? Let me know. I would choose The Matrix because the first one is only good. Yeah, totally agree. Oh my God, I forgot there's a 4th one as well. Forgot about that. That's such a good point. Did you watch the Deadpool PSA yet? Because you're going to. I've not. The speculationer. I'm not 50. I'm going to tell you my No Way Home thoughts when it comes up, and I've not seen Deadpool. I'm trying to avoid any sort of spoilers or anything. I'm doing what Jay does. I try not to watch trailers too much until I actually watch the film. This is a good time for me. Okay, all right. Ryan Gosling is suffering from overexposure. He's also in this film, in this abomination of a film, The Fall Guy. His performance is just woeful. And I know what he's trying to do, but because the joke's not landing, it looks like he's being really lazy. And he's so good in Barbie, but yeah, I don't know. I think a few people are going off on Nolan, to be honest with you, White Noise. Voted, got to be Nolan movies. There's been some belters, but he's lauded as a savior of cinema by some bollocks to that. Star Wars gets shit all the time. Matrix sequels get a lot of the shit too. Yeah, why not? Why not? I plan to see Blonde Purple today and hopefully 6 rounds. Wow. So guys, if you don't know what that is, Blonde Purple is my 3rd feature film that I shot during lockdown. It's done really well at festivals. It got acquired for distribution by Gravitas Ventures. No, not Gravitas Ventures. It was by the same guys who distributed Hunt for the Border People by the good old Kiwi, whose name I forgot. But yeah, it was distributed by that company, and it's a heist movie. So if you want to see something, give it a watch. The film was, I'm going to be honest with you guys. So 6 rounds was made for £7,000, which is probably like $9,000, which was my first feature. and done okay. And Blonde Purple was made for under 100, well, a lot under £100,000, which probably is about $90,000. And it done really well. And then a film that I wrote and produced called Before Nikah is actually now, I might be able to get it up at some point in the future. I'm not allowed to talk about it too much, but it's at a really big film festival as of next month. And it's going to be screened at the BFI, which is, I don't know if you know what the BFI is, the British Film Institute. And it's going to be there on the 30th. And it's going to be at the huge BFI institution, which is in central London. And it's sold out first night. So, yeah. And then after that, it's going to be going across the UK. So I'm pretty proud of that, but I can't say too much. Anyway, we're here to talk about overrated movies. Nolan is peak. So in the UK, the peak can mean good and it can mean bad. It can mean amazing, but it can also mean, yo, that's peak. That's peak, which means not good. So what do you mean by that, Clay? Is it good or bad? The Kerwin. So when I looked, I saw your message at the beginning of the stream where you weren't here, and you said you're going to watch the match, and I looked at the score and I was most disappointed because Man United were winning 2-0. I'm guessing you won because you seem happy. The Deadpool, Wolverine, no spoilers. Yeah, I still don't want to see it though. I think when I wasn't 50, apparently I'm 50, when I wasn't 50 and I was a young nipper in my mother's womb, I would have been so excited to see the PSAs and all sorts. But I'm a big grown 70-year-old man now, so I have no interest in PSAs and all that kind of crap. Nolan is good at the technical stuff and plots in general, but the characters... Okay, so if you want to beat Nolan with a stick, the easiest way to beat Nolan with a stick before Oppenheimer, but even after Oppenheimer, there's two things. First thing is his female characters, typically speaking, are awful. Second thing is that prior to Oppenheimer, I think personally, even with Oppenheimer, he's not made a great film, like a film that can touch the greats. But I think many people will now say Oppenheimer can touch the greats. Firstly, if Nolan is such a great director, then why do some of his movies suffer from audio issues? He does that on purpose, I think, so people keep going back. It's a pretty clever ploy. Archangel. First time to... Hey, Archangel. I think everyone in the chat needs to say hello to Archangel. Hello. I like boxing and stories with boxers. Yeah, I mean, if you like that, you're going to love 6 Rounds because it's boxing with a story with boxers. And it's very abstract, so be prepared for that. And black and white. Yo, Kenny. Yo. Yes, talk to me about this peak, because someone said, there we go, Clay, talk to me about peak. Is he peak good or peak bad? Yo, that's peak, or yo, that's peak. How can Nolan movies be overrated? The guy literally pours his heart and soul into his movies, his discovery, and hit after hit. Oppenheimer is Nolan at his peak. I don't think it is. I think, for me, Inception is him at his peak. But I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. So we're kind of on the same page, kind of. There you go. Gagnan, good to have you on the chat. In all honesty, Memento and Prestige are, I would argue for Memento. Prestige is good as well, actually, but I prefer Memento and Inception, personally. You meant good. You meant peak. That was peak. Memento by Nolan is a great mind bender and really changed my perspective on how a movie can be presented. Spoon Guju, good to have you in here again, my friend. Most movies are pretty great. Yeah, can't argue with that. Cannot argue with that. And Jay, I can argue with that. Right. We've been in here for 20 minutes. Who's ready? So first and foremost, if you just joined, you can actually vote in the poll, as you can see, and you can decide who, what, where, and how are the most overrated. Right now, Star Wars is tied with The Matrix. Nolan movies are kind of just lagging behind. You can vote. So keep on voting. Every time you jump into the stream, vote. Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote. That was my Donald Trump impression. There's actually a Donald Trump film coming out pretty soon, starring Sebastian Stan. I'm actually looking forward to that. Nolan has some of the most entertaining and fascinating movies of our century, really good blockbusters that has themes signs of an auteur. I don't understand the hate. I can understand the hate because once somebody makes it to the top, people want to bring them down. And it's just the way human beings behave, unfortunately. Inception suffers from writing. In fact, I was talking after watching Furioso last night. If you've just joined the stream, I saw it last night, and I will do a review on that. Which should be out tomorrow, I think. Me and my buddies, me and my 50-year-old buddies were sitting around, and they were very scathing of Inception. Actually, I think the main point was like how like they put the thing in the arm to go into people's sleep. Like, what's that? That's stupid. Surely, I think it's fine. I voted Matrix. The series kept going downhill. Star Wars stuff from Disney, milking it. Yep, milking it like a cow, like a prime cow. I don't really like Nolan's dialogue. You know, Nolan's dialogue is actually pretty good. It's like straight to the point. It's not funny. It's not clever. It's not Tarantino. It's to the point. It serves the purpose of the plot. So I do respect him in that front. Inception to me falls. Oh, okay. All right. A lot of Inception hate in this room. Gagnan, I've got your list of overrated films. I printed it off. You're on the list of people I'm going to be reading out. And your list of films are very controversial. Viggo Mortensen criticized himself and being rushed and sloppy, and I agree. Whoa, Stefan, calm down, my friend. You going after Lord of the Rings? Ooh, that's sacrilege. Some people say, well, a lot of people in the stream think it's overrated. I'm quite offended. Star Wars is a complex choice. OT is not overrated, but we're talking Disney. Yeah. Right. We're getting very perilously close to doing these names because there's so many. If you just join the stream, there's 50 printouts I have, and each person's probably put maybe 2 or 3 names. So there's going to be like maybe 100 to 150 overrated films that we're going to discuss. Clay, my thoughts on the Beetlejuice trailer. I saw it a couple of days back. I'm worried. It looks like they're just using the same beats from the first film. There's loads of moments where, where the thing comes out of his head and we got a shot from behind his back that I've seen before in the first film. There's loads of moments like that. So I'm very worried. It's like a remake of the first film, which Tim Burton has not been good for a very long time. Woody Allen movies could be in a poll. Mon, nice to meet you. I think it's the first time on, and I don't agree. I understand what you're saying because he's made so many movies, made probably, 5 times the amounts of films that Tarantino's made and Nolan. Maybe he's made more films than them combined. He has made more films than them combined. Fact check me. So he's obviously going to make crap amongst that. But when you pick out his best films, he is God level. Batman Begins is Nolan's most underrated movie. Batman Begins is the best Batman movie, I think. Yeah, his emotional dialogue is not good, but that's not his strong point. 50 is not that much. I find the guy 60 and made an all-action movie in 3 Dragon. Well, first of all, I'm not 50, but if I was, I'd be fine with it. Tom Cruise is 60, and look at him. He looks, well, he doesn't look good, but he did, up until a couple of years, look really good. Did you hear the person that wrote the Macbeth and Hunger Games and Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is writing? Oh, I did not know that. Okay. That's my Yoda impression. I did find. Has anyone seen 3 Body Problem? Because literally before I came on the stream, like within seconds, I saw this really weird video about how the person who acquired the rights to 3 Body Problem was murdered by his employee. Weird. Like he's poisoned by him because he demoted him. He was an accountant and he wasn't doing any work. So this guy called Lin, he demoted this guy called Zhao, and Zhao, like Walter White, bought a property outside of town, started mixing together potions, and then poisoned him and poisoned 3 other staff members. 4 of the staff members, and 4 of them survived, and Lin died. So yeah, I've not seen 3 Body Problem, but that's weird. What is your favorite Nolan movie? It's definitely Inception. Worried about existing. All right, guys, I think we're going to get started on this because otherwise we're going to be here all day, aren't we? Aren't we? Batman Begins. Yep, totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, Jay. So, yeah, the guy who acquired the rights to it, he was murdered. Crazy stuff. Right. Gagnon, no, it was not. He went away into a secret house outside of town and started putting together potions. And this guy was an accountant, so I don't know how he made a potion that effectively killed Lynn. Madness. I'll let the people in the chat say that or answer that question because I haven't seen it. I don't think I am going to watch it. Right. So, guys, we have a huge number of people in the stream today for such an early stream. Do you guys like this time? Firstly, do you like the time that we're doing? Do you like the day that we're doing it? That's actually one question. Second question is it's not a question, a statement. There's a poll pinned at the top where you can go in and vote for what I consider to be the most controversial choices of overrated things. Thirdly, we are going to get started on this right now. Oh, this is going to be a big one. Pause. Can we vote on overrated shows? Yes, we can. We're going to do overrated actors, overrated shows as well. Let's see how this goes. And then we'll go from there. So first up is Anna. Let me get it on screen. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Before that, let me, whilst I get it on screen, let me show you guys something. So when a film, this is what we're going to do. When a film is good still, when we think a film is good still collectively, we'll have a quick chat about all the films. And when we think a film's good collectively, this is what you're going to see. That's what you're going to see. And when a film is just goddamn awful, when it's goddamn awful, we're going to see this.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God.
And then when I think a film has been mentioned that obviously isn't overrated, I'm not even going to bother talking about it. You're just going to see this.
When we got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
End of. Guys, we're going to get started. There might be some special memes that pop up every now and again. If you didn't come into the stream at the beginning of this show, I've got a new little intro, which I'm going to show to you guys now. And this is going to be when we start doing these overrated names. So, guys, get your popcorn, get your notepads out, get your processed meals by your laptops, because we are going to have an epic time going through these wonderful, wonderful choices. By you guys, by the way. I've not put any of them in there. This is all you guys. So this is the intro to the channel. So make sure you come onto the stream next time, first time, so you can see this amazing intro. All right, let's do this, guys. If you just joined the stream, please hit the like button. If you've not joined up to subscribe, please do so right now. Don't let me down. I need you to subscribe because I love you. There you go. Free love. Just hand it out like that. So the first one is Anna, who's not come on the stream for quite some time. She says Avatar. She says Avatar. What are we thinking about this film? What are we thinking about Avatar? Thanks, Kerwin. Also, did you tell me if Man United won or not? Or do I need to look myself? Guys, Avatar. What we doing? Love you too, dude. Thank you, Jack. Avatar. Yes, the story is kind of shitty. It's basically Last of the Mohicans, stolen. Dances with Wolves, stolen. And amazing, incredible visuals. But aside from that, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't remember anything. I've only seen Avatar once when it first came out at the cinema. And then I saw Avatar 2 on streaming for about 20 minutes. And I thought, I'm going to just turn this off because I'm not enjoying it. So I turned it off. Avatar is rated just right. Yep, overrated seashine nonsense. Speculationer. We're going to go for one. Number one. Thank you, Fardman. Number one. Agreed. I mean, it's the top grossing film of all time. There you go. I got it in the end. I think it's absolute crap. Oh, wow. That pisses me off, Cohen. Pisses me off. I just saw a few days ago, Lobster made me realize how, okay, Rosita. So, I'm not gonna talk about that. I might remember that and come back to it. Snoofest. I agree. Don't feel much. Yeah, I mean, guys, let's be honest. This film is highly overrated, but it is the top grossing movie of all time. And it has got some incredible special effects. It really does. I'm a huge hater of Avatar. I'm a huge hater of James Cameron since probably True Lies, but even that's not that good. So it's a tricky one. I think for this one, I'm going to give the approval, even though I don't like it myself, and I think I'm being a bit biased here. But so well done. You guys are incredible. Do you know that? You're incredible. But let me see if you're still incredible after we get up with this one, which is a very controversial one. And I've heard a lot of people going off on it recently, which is a shame because I think it's not too bad myself. It's that one, Interstellar. What are we saying about Interstellar, guys? By Galaxy Moonlight. Interstellar. Here are my thoughts on Interstellar. It's Matthew McConaughey. It's that woman who I can never remember her name, but she has got red hair. I always get confused with someone else with red hair who I don't want to talk about today. Too emotional. And it's got wonderfully understated performances from Casey Affleck. I don't think he's even got a line in the film. And it's also got Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet's in it as well. Good old Timothy. But I think it's good. I actually think it's good. It's not as good as 2001. I mean, what is? But I think it's fine. I think it's absolutely fine. So for me, and I'm going to listen to you guys now, but I think it's absolutely fine. I don't think it's overrated at all, to be honest with you. Overrated maybe, but definitely not bad. Yeah, maybe. I'm not even sure if it's overrated. So Grail. I've not actually seen it. Solaris. I've seen the remake with George Clooney and Steven Spielberg and someone else is in it. The girl from Ronin. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's true because I've not seen it. I like it. Not overrated. Interstellar is such a powerful film. Yeah, so guys, I think this is pretty conclusive, isn't it? So I think we're gonna have to have a little moment here. A little moment.
Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God!
Oh, this next one is a killer. Oh, I don't even want to get it up, but hey, you guys said it. I didn't say it. Shah of the Shine Box. It's a great name. Shah of the Shine Box says everything, everywhere, all at once. Someone liked that. Guys, talk to me. All right, this is a film that came out, 2 years ago, 2022. Fact check me. Directed by the Daniels and starring Michelle Yeoh and a woman I just saw in the Fall Guy film, Stephanie Scholl. I hope I said that correctly. I love her. I love her in this film. It's not overrated to me. I think it's brilliant. I think it's really unique, exciting. There's too many dildo moments. Way too many dildo moments. But apart from that, I think it's a really good film. Really, really good film. But what are you guys saying? Overrated, Kenny. It's fine, but overrated. So if a film's fine. So guys, are we saying that if a film's fine, it can still be overrated? I think you can say that, can't we? Because then other people think it's really good and that pisses you guys off and then it's overrated. I guess we can say that, but not for me. I don't think it's overrated at all. Never watched it and what streaming service is it on. If you jump on Amazon, you can pretty much see any film. You have to pay for it, but it's worth it. Not overrated, right? Yep. Grail, totally agree. 2022, wholesome movie. That is very true, Gagnan. I thought it was a decent movie. Exactly, bad boy, brutal bad boy. On the fence with that one. I think I needed more. Oh dear. Very good acting. Too many bells and whistles. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay, Gagnan. I'll come back to that, I think. Jamie Lee Curtis, hot dog finger. Oscar fingers. Do you want an Oscar for that? Especially needed more wiener. I always appreciate a movie for taking risks, but I love it when Nels. Yeah, guys, let's do this. I don't agree with this one, unfortunately.
Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God!
Yep, that one got rejected by the general audience. So now we shall move on to the next one. And this one is a lot. It's a lot to ingest. Titanic, Inherent Vice, Licorice Pizza. I mean, basically every film ever made. So is it Lara Edenera. Lara Edenera thinks Titanic, Inherent Vice, Licorice Pizza, Parasite, Midsommar, Hereditary, The Witch, Uncut Gems, Avatar, Revenge of the Sith, The Exorcist. You know what? Just for having so many names, I can't take this seriously. Are you in here, Lara? Because if you are, you have to justify this. This is ridiculous. Come on. What the hell? What the heck? Can't have that many names on here. You know what? It's the first time we're doing this. I can't be having this. I can't be. This is ridiculous.
When we got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Not having it. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to go through all those names. Most of them are like certified classics. Not having it. Clay, if you're still in here, this is your big moment, Clay. You're on the stage. So, Clay, I want you to justify this. We had I had Jay and I had Grail and I had Vitaphone on the stream last time, like verbally justifying their choices. I'm not going to get you to do that, Clay, but I need you to justify your choice when I bring it up on screen. And I hope sincerely that you can do so because you, my man, have gone in pretty hard. And, well, pause. And we need to have some answers from you. Interstellar, Spider-Man 78, Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, not stated which one, Space Jam, 2001 Space. You're about to get the Samuel L. Jackson treatment, my friend. Clay, are you in here still? I need you to justify these choices. Citizen Kane, Spider-Man. Clay, if you're there, I need some answers from you, my friend. This will not suffice. This is outrageous. Outrageous. Yes, Kerwin. Absolutely. Absolutely. 2001? 2001? What? Superman? Christopher Reeves? Come on. What's happening here? Willy Wonka. It's not even... Okay, so Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is the Johnny Depp one. So I don't really think it's... I don't think it's rated to be overrated. So that doesn't really matter. Space Jam, not seen it. I don't think it's overrated, though. No one's going, oh, have you seen Space Jam? And then after that, you just went mad. Just went absolutely... 2001. 2001. Citizen Kane. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Arguably the best Spider-Man. Come on, man. He's not even said anything. So he must have left just in time. Dude, if you're still here, you're getting the Samuel.
When we got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. I cannot believe Clay did that. And he stepped out at the most appropriate moment possible. Just left us in the lurch. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Right. Black Panther. So I actually avoided putting this as the thumbnail because, well, I'll let you guys talk about this one. But this is the film from 2016, Marvel movie, stars the wonderful Chadwick Boseman, who you guys took off the tier list of best actors ever, and also stars Michael B. Jordan, who's wonderful in it, and probably his best performance. He's not very good in a lot of things, but hey. And Angela Bassett, directed by the wonderful director whose name will come to me any second now. And I think it's an okay film. It's not bad. It's not good. Not bad. It's not good. So I guess it's bad then. What were you thinking? It is overrated, Kenny. Is that what you think? Black Panther was so boring, I slept on it twice. Oh dear. 3 out of 5. That's average, isn't it? Or just above average. Yeah, it's just kind of in the middle. I took a group of 50 to 60 people with me. 50 to 60 people. Jay, listen, I'm not married and never have been, even though I'm 50 years old, apparently. And I don't think I can get 50, 60 people to come to my wedding. That's incredible. Well done. Well done. Black Panther was decent. The sequel was terrible. It sure was. They shouldn't have bothered, really. I got fact check hard there. Thank you for that. As a movie, maybe as a cultural phenomenon. Yeah, agreed. Grail, agree with this one. Ooh, dearie me. Dearie me. The mirror villain cliche. I kind of like the mirror villain cliche. And I think it was done pretty well in this film. Black Panther is not talked about anymore because it just... That is true, but neither are any other Marvel films because they've completely tanked their brand. Honestly, I feel... Oh, really? Micah. Okay. It's got some bad CGI. Yeah, the ending has some bad CGI, but aside from that, the CGI is okay. I just saw Furiosa. If you want to see bad CGI, watch Furiosa. Totally agree. Black Panther was decent, but the amount of nominations was... Yeah, it shouldn't have got nominated for anything. Ridiculous. Oh, it's a tricky one, guys. So I guess we are not saying it's... Are we saying it's not overrated? It seems like the consensus is kind of that it is, and it isn't. It's kind of in the middle. It's leaving me a bit confused, if I'm being honest with you. So it's a tricky one. I'm gonna say it's not overrated. I'm gonna say it's not overrated. So.
Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God!
What film is that? What film is that? Who done that? Which director did that? Which director made Ryan O'Neal, the actor from so many great 70s films? If you've not seen any of his films, he's got some really good films in the 70s. He's not the best actor, but he had The Driver. He had Barry Lyndon. He had the film with his daughter, Tatum O'Neal, which won an Oscar, which is a name I can't remember. She won an Oscar. I think she's the youngest Oscar winner ever, I believe. But that scene is just awful, absolutely awful, and shows what a bad actor he probably potentially was. It wasn't Love Story. It was way after Love Story. Right. Amafrenese. Star Wars Saga, all of them, now shoot me. Okay, cool. You want to be shot? You can get shot. I'm cool with that.
When we got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
That was easy. That was very easy. I don't agree. And they wanted to be shot, so I shot them. Done. That was easy. Not hard whatsoever. So let's move on. We'll talk about Star Wars properly, but I'm not going to say the whole saga is overrated, because that's just a conversation for another day, isn't it? This might get a lot of people riled up, but the Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption. Recetas, I saw it yesterday. I'm going to do a review on that tomorrow, and I'm not going to say anything more. But the CGI is whack. It's whack. And yeah, Spoon gutted you. I did that indeed. Well, I didn't. Samuel Jackson did it. This might get a lot of people riled up, but the Shawshank Redemption, what are we thinking, guys? Shawshank Redemption, 1994, fact check me. And upon release, it was underrated. So already, for this to win, I think that needs to be taken into consideration. So it was underrated, then it was rated, and then now maybe overrated. Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. It's a Stephen King novel showing his versatility, and I think it's one of the best films ever made, personally. But what do you guys think? White Noise seems to think the same as me. That's overrated. That it's not overrated. Masterpiece. I think this is going to be a masterpiece, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, this is an easy one. Totally agree with you guys. Totally agree with you guys. Right. I don't even think it's worth a discussion. I think this is very much a Sam Jackson moment for me. I think Sam Jackson needs...
When we got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
I love that scene. I love that scene. It's such a good scene. One of the best written scenes of all time. Right. So, Kitty Hawk thinks that Dune and Dune Part 2 are a bit overrated. I think they have some amazing visuals, but the characters just leave me cold. I'm not interested in any of them. So Kitty Hawk is not having it. They are not having it. They are not interested in Dune at all. And I would say this, Dune 1 really captivated me. I enjoyed the visuals. I could have stayed there the whole 7 hours. We'll stay there for days, months, weeks, years, just invested in the visuals. Number 2, I did not enjoy at all. And I appreciate the technical prowess of the film. I appreciate the performance of Timothée Chalamet. I don't appreciate Zendaya's American accent. And I love Javier Bardem. But aside from that, I was not having it. Was not having it. So what are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking, my fellow compadres? Dune 1 was amazing. Dune Leto was amazing. Duke Leto. Who's Duke Leto? Is that the man? Is that Aquaman? Let me know. Let me know. I'm willing to bet Kitty Hawk fell asleep on the... They are not book accurate. I'm not a stickler for the books, but they leave out so many great contextual details and moments. I'm with overrated right now. Jay, that is probably like your most like layered answer I've ever seen. You must be a huge fan of the Dune books. Dune 2 is overrated. Yep, I agree with that. I agree with that, actually. I actually agree with that. But unfortunately, Kitty Hawk said both. So I can't agree, unfortunately. I have to say, I do not agree. based on the fact that they said both. So I'm gonna have to Sam Jack that. I'm gonna have to Sam Jack that, but I'm getting a bit bored of Samuel Jackson. I'm sure you guys are too. So I'm gonna move that on to something even better. That is now going to be the new Sam Jack. Mr. Van Damme is now the new Sam Jack until I get bored of that and I change it again. Right, next up, what are we going to do? Who are we going to get? Who's going to be put under the hammer, as to speak? Javier Lorenzo. Heat. Ooh. Should we even talk about this one? I'll let you guys have a quick say on it. 1995, as he says. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Michael Mann. I don't even think this is worth discussing, is it? Is it worth discussing? Because I don't think so. Kenny, you kind of summed it up perfectly there when you said F right off with that. Ooh, Fardman, are you talking about Heat? Are you talking about Heat? Yeah, white noise. I was thinking the same thing. When I printed off this screen, I was like, come on, man. Should I even bother putting it in there? But yeah, fair's fair. Let me actually read what Javier said, because they've kind of put their points here, and I think it's only fair that I explain their thought process. The movie was 95% pointless chit-chat that had no meaning to the plot at all. That's not true. In fact, there's not even a bit of wasted dialogue in the film. It's all relevant and kind of comes around in a circle. So I debunk that. I hated all the characters. I can't debunk that because I'm not Javier, which is absurd, as that movie had De Niro, Pacino, two of my favorite actors. All in all, the movie sucked. I want my 2 hours and 50 minutes back. Okay. Heat is a fantastic movie. I think we should leave it there with Heat. I really enjoyed The Thief also. Thief is really good. That's a good shout, Jay. With James Caan. Brilliant film, actually. It is a well-articulated sentence. I agree with that. It's a very good argument, but sorry, it's not happening, is it? It's not happening. So, next up is a film I've not seen. So this is the first film that I've not seen thus far, and I obviously, in that sense, cannot defend it. So I'm going to need you guys to jump in and do the hard work for me. I'm going to read the comments on this one. So when you do make a comment on this one, I'm going to have to obviously read them out. And I can only go by what you guys say on this one, because I've not seen Gone with the Wind. An overrated film for me. I do like it still, but it isn't one of the best of all time. And, right now it is considered one of the best of all time, but I've not seen it. So guys, help me out here, because I need your help. I really need your help on this one. Really need your help. Well, Kenny, you've not seen it either. So if not enough people have seen it, then we may have to do a little Van Damme dance. So Obi-Wan can blow. Nearly got me there. And, I wouldn't want Obi-Wan to do that to you. It sounds very painful. He's got force power. And that beard, that beard is very scruffy. So I would definitely reconsider your username there, my good sir. Haven't seen this either. I would say the music is much better. I've not seen that either. Excellent. So Jay, we may have to go with your, because I don't think anyone else has seen it apart from Recitas. Not at all brilliant film. Anyone else? I think it's looking like a Van Damme dance right now. I've seen it once. And that was it's a good movie though. Never seen it and just saw that movie is 4 hours long. That's why I've not watched it. I shouldn't even put your name on the screen. Obi-Wan. For the time, I believe it was an amazing film. Cool. Right. Okay. Well, we can't have like 4 Van Dams in a row, can we? Because that'd be boring as well. So I think it's only fair that we do what we need to do in a situation like this. The legend, the man himself, Mr. Cage, in probably the most controversial scene of the 90s that no one talks about, a young girl at church being danced with by a man in his 40s. Not cool, is it? But hey, it was the 90s and people were doing stuff. It's fine. Scott Pilgrim versus the World by Sewer Tapes. Sewer Tapes is not in here today, I don't think. But if you are Sewer Tapes, do explain yourself, because I think this film is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Scott Pilgrim versus the World came out in 2010. Fact check me again, please, guys. And it's got Michael Cera. It's got the wonderful people that everyone loves to hate nowadays, Captain Marvel. It's got Superman in it as well, Brandon Routh. It's directed by Edgar Wright. And it's my favorite Edgar Wright film. He just throws loads of jokes. Like, there's a joke every 30 seconds. And you know what? Some of them don't land. But in most cases, they do land. And the visuals and the transitions are just out of this world. So I cannot. Even when you watch the fight scenes now, I shudder to think that most films that come out nowadays can't even touch the fight scenes that happened back 14 years ago by Edgar Wright. So for me, it's definitely not overrated. And Jay, you need to get on that because you will enjoy yourself. You really will. Speculationer, I believe that it is, but we'll see. Ooh, Kenny, that's a good question. That's a good question, Kenny. I have a weakness for that film. Really amazing experience. Yeah, totally. Movie of the moment. Yep. Totally agree. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of that film in the most aggressive way possible. That film is gone by the foot of Danny-san. Absolutely gone. What's next up? Well, what's next up is another controversial one. I could name a few. Actually, let me get that on screen. Duke. Let's just call this person Newt. I could name a few, like Denis Villeneuve's Dune franchise, Barbie 2023, Forrest Gump, and Avengers Endgame. So I'm going to be decent and just pick out 2 of these because I think that's only fair. And Gagnan, yes and no. I prepared some new clips for this stream, but the Karate Kid one was a bit old. Well, from the last stream. So's the Nicolas Cage one as well. But okay, and I'm going to pick out. No, I'm not going to pick out Barbie because I don't think it's overrated. I don't think many people actually like it. So I'm not going to pick that out. I'm going to pick out just one film. I'm going to pick out Forrest Gump because we've done Dune already. So Forrest Gump. Let's do this, guys. What do we think about Forrest Gump? Didn't cry in the movie. Shawshank Redemption's gone, Shah. It's gone. Oh, Paul. Oh, dear. What's going on in the chat, guys? Calm yourselves down. Calm yourselves down, guys. We're here for films. We're here for fun. Let's not get into any political discussions. Okay, let's temp it down a little bit. Forrest Gump. What's going on with Forrest Gump? What are we thinking? Mika, he thinks it's a masterpiece. It's a 1995 film, I believe, which is directed by the wonderful director of Back to the Future. And it stars the wonderful Tom Hanks. And I do not think it's overrated, but what do you guys think? We'll come back to Endgame because I think a few other people mentioned Endgame. So let's do Forrest Gump for this one. Idiot who takes orders well. American self-tugging. Cool. Jack, that's a big old statement, Jack. Your favorite film of all time. That is a hell of a statement, but I respect it. Totally respect it. Forrest Gump is beautiful. I do agree with that. It shouldn't have won the Oscars from Goodfellas and Pulp Fiction. It didn't, because Goodfellas was 1990, and I think it did beat Pulp Fiction, though. But yeah, Goodfellas was 1990, so it didn't beat Goodfellas. There's something condescending about Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is not overrated. Never watched Forrest Gump. Speculation. Come on. You need to watch Forrest Gump. Come on. You can't come into this stream without watching Forrest Gump. So I'm going to say that that is not true. And we're going to keep... Right, next up. Guys, are you having fun? Are you having fun with this? Let's take a quick commercial break to discuss if you're having fun with what we're doing here today. And just put yes in the comments. And if you just joined the stream, what you can do, you can nick yourself up to the top and you can see that there's a poll. And what you can do is you can vote for the screen I'm about to show you right now. And your poll, your vote counts, as they say. Your vote counts. So please jump onto the vote and you can see these films here. Lord of the Rings series, Star Wars series, Matrix series, Tarantino movies, Nolan movies. Are these the most, which is the most overrated out of this section of things on the internet? I think The Matrix is going to absolutely win this. And that's purely based on the fact that we have Matrix 1, which is a legendary film, Matrix 2, which is, I like it, but it's not great. 3's absolutely toilet, and 4, the less said about that, the better. So please jump on and do a little vote. And whilst you're doing that, please hit the like button. If you've not subscribed yet and you're kind of watching behind a desk or something, then why don't you just hit the subscribe button? Because you just do that and you subscribe. And we're nearly on 12,000. I think we're like, I don't know how many we're off 12,000, probably like 10 or something. So if you could do that, that would be tremendous. And now we're going to get on with the show. The main attraction. We're going to move on to the next thing, which is, again, a little bit controversial. And there's a lot of names. So I'm going to pick out 1 or 2 names because otherwise we'll be here all day. Any Christopher Nolan movie, any Sofia Coppola movie, any Linklater movie, any Wes Anderson movie besides Fantastic Mr. Fox, and any Darren Aronofsky movie. Yes, I know I can't spell. Yeah. So let's not do all of this. I mean, we've got Nolan on the poll already. Linklater, I just reject overall. In fact, let's do 2. No. Let's do, what should we do? I think there's too many things here. We're going to pick out one. Guys, which one should we pick out? Should we pick out Coppola? I'm not going to do Linklater. That's ridiculous. Wes Anderson or Darren Aronofsky. I mean, first of all, no one knows who Linklater is unless you really like films. And his films are tremendous. You know, even if you don't like I don't like Boyhood, for example, but the technical prowess there is just outrageous. One of the most outrageous things ever done in film. So, yeah. Sofia. Recetus, let's do it. Sofia. Do you guys think Sofia Coppola is overrated? And Spoonjut. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a little bit overrated, but that's not what we're talking about now. We're talking about Sofia Coppola. Sofia Coppola. What do you guys think about Sofia Coppola? He does actually. He's got a film coming out. I think he's made The Hitman with Pretty Boy from Top Gun, the most recent Top Gun. It's coming out on Netflix this week. I think it's out already actually. Right, what are we thinking about Sofia? Haven't seen any of her movies. Well, that's not on, is it? You need to see some Sofia Coppola. Muna 5 for 5. You've been on before. Good to have you back. I hope those are not your list of films that you think are overrated, by the way. Because, wow. Yeah, I think you might be right, Jay. Lost in Translation is a beautiful film. Agreed. I'm going to just veto this one, and we're going to move on because I don't... yeah, it's too vast, isn't it? It's way too vast. Let's just move right on. Right, this one coming up now. This one coming up now is either going to be controversial or just moved on straight away, because it's probably the most controversial one on the list, and I don't want any smoke. Right, Lays Dreamer 2318 thinks Spirited Away is overrated. Rear Gaming, hello, how you doing? And Recetus, I have to agree. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I've not seen Spirited Away for a very long time. Now, of course, I'm 50 years old, apparently. So when I seen Spirited Away, I must have been in my early, I must have been a baby. No, must have been like, if I'm 50, then I must have been like 35 or something. But I'm not 50. Just going to clarify that right now. But I've not seen this film for a very long time. I've only seen it once. And I remember enjoying it at the time, but I can't sit on the fence and say that it's good or bad. So I'm just going to let you guys say whether it's good or bad. And I think, do you think we should just give this the Samuel L. Jackson treatment? Do you think we should do that? Ooh, Kenny, okay. But have you seen it, Kenny? Magical, Spirited Away is peak. So I think we're going to give it the Sam Jackson treatment, aren't we? I like it, but I don't think it's a masterpiece. 2 a.m. Hello, 2 a.m. Top Gun Maverick. It's on the same film as the first. Yes, it is. Agreed with that. Not seen it. Beautiful fairy tale. So it's pretty obvious where this one's going, and I thought it may do. So why not put it...
We got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Yep. He sure did. He sure did break the concentration. Now, Issa is a regular on here, and Issa has got an opinion on a film. And I think I share Issa's opinion. And this might be the first opinion that I have shared in quite some names. So what are we thinking about Blade Runner 2049? Paul, I have to agree with you. I watched Godfather 3 recently again, maybe 4 years ago or so, just to see if she was actually that bad. And she's not terrible, but she's not good. I remember her being awful, but she's not awful in it, but she's not good. I think Winona Ryder was meant to be the character of what's the name? Don Corleone's daughter, but there's some scheduling conflicts, I believe. It's also not got Robert Duvall in Godfather 3, which is a big old shame. Big old shame. And you know what, Rissy says? I do need to watch it again. Totally agree. Totally agree. Right, so Blade Runner 2049. What we doing? Is a worthy sequel. I wanna agree with this one, but I don't think you guys do agree. Okay, well, okay. Yeah, I went over the top of my list upon. Yeah, Jay, I saw your list. Don't worry, it's coming up soon. you're going to get exposed. 2049 upon rewatching in small screen. Overrated. Yes. Well, even on the big screen, it didn't do what it needed to do for me. And yeah, Obi-Wan, who I will only refer to as Obi-Wan, it's not better than the original for me, but okay, cool. All right. So we're kicking that one out of here as well. Interesting. Right, another controversial one is about to be presented to you guys, and I'm hoping you guys got the mental fortitude to do the right thing here, because I know what I want to do with this. Talk to me, guys. Now, just for some context here, Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, I have kind of seen bits and bobs of it. I remember going to cinema to see the first times that Voldemort, I saw the film when Voldemort first appears properly, and they have a massive fight. I don't know which one that is, like 5, 4, whatever. And then after that, I think I saw, because I think the ending film has like 2 parts. I think I saw the first part of that. Like, okay, cool. And then I actually was like running out of films to watch. So I said to myself, I want to watch some good action movies. So I'm going to sit down. And the thing is, I really wanted to get to the film that has Gary Oldman, and that director of Children of Men directed it. I forgot his name. So I actually started from 1, saw 2, saw 3, and I think the third one is the one with Gary Oldman, or the fourth one. Can't remember. I can't remember for the life of me what happens in 1, 2, and is it 3? I can't remember at all. I do not like these films. I think they are trash, but I will go with whatever you guys want. So talk to me about HP. First 3 movies are excellent. Third one is my favorite, Beautifully Sinister. Is that the one? So Recitus, is that the one with Gary Oldman? I only like the first 2. Okay. Very good, but might be a little overrated. Totally disagree. Harry Potter nerd. I think I'm going to lose this one. Yeah, White Noise kind of on the... Well, I'm not on the fence with you. I just don't like them. The rest are okay. Okay, I'm going to be absolutely fair to Harry Potter. I don't like them, but I can see why people like them. And that's it. Thank you very much, Grail. Alfonso Caron. So it would be completely unfair of me to kick it out, because, you know, I can't put my personal feelings into it. I think I'm just being a bit bitter because, you know, because I'm 50 years old, and they're for young people. Harry Potter is not overrated. It's impressive. Yes, that's the one. Rositas. They were great when I was a kid. I've got no problem. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, Kerwin, totally agree. All right, cool. So that opinion has been absolutely eviscerated. Cool. All right. So, guys, if you've just joined the chat, please do hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I'm asking nicely. I don't know how many likes we've got, but not enough is always the answer. So let's get some more. And then on top of that, let's do the next one, which is going to also rile people up. And I have to say, I agree with this one. The Shining. People act like it's the greatest film to have ever existed. Saw it as a child, and even then, Jack Nicholson's acting felt corny AF. So, what are we thinking about this one? What are we thinking about this one? Shining was 1980, I believe. Stanley Kubrick, Jack Nicholson, Shelley something, and Scatman Carruthers. Stephen King book. Stephen King hates this film. He thinks it's not true to the book. And I think the film's overrated. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's overrated. So what are we thinking, guys? Not overrated, but not the greatest ever. So Kenny, I have to agree with you, but I think people do think it's the greatest ever, so therefore it's overrated. It's better if you go and watch it as a parody of a horror. Grail, I do agree with that. It's very corny in the way it's executed in terms of the acting. Come now, Cody. Don't be mean, Cody. I'm sorry, but okay, we're gaming. Wrong. Shannon's masterpiece. I think I'm fighting against the wind here. 2 a.m. I don't think it's boring, but I think if you consider it to be one of the greatest films of all time, I don't think it's one of the greatest films of all time. So in that sense, I do think it's overrated. So if we can maybe frame this, because I think a lot of people consider this to be one of the greatest films ever made. Do you guys agree that's one of the greatest films ever made? Because if you don't agree with that, then it's overrated. We need to look at it like that. Dr. Sleep. I don't prefer Dr. Sleep, but I do respect the fact that it's not trash, and it could have been. So yeah. It's an out of 10 for me. Wow, okay. I'm definitely fighting against the wind, I believe. I think it's a masterpiece. Okay. Jack Nicholson is playing himself. Agreed with that. Jack experience. It's one of the greatest horror films ever made. It's not the best film ever made. Okay. Definitely not one of the greatest. Definitely one of the greatest. Literally no film is the greatest film ever made. I don't agree with that. Daily Gel. Wow. I'm going to call you Dar. I don't agree with that, Dar. I think some films are the greatest films ever made. And if you're talking about the greatest film ever made, I can easily say what I think is the greatest film ever made. It doesn't mean I'm right, but I do have a greatest film ever made. I would say it's probably Schindler's List. But again, it doesn't mean that I'm right. But I think anyone watching a film could say this is the greatest film ever made. And because film is subjective like all art, of course, it's probably not right. But at the same time, I think there can be a general consensus towards one film, which is, why we have things like IMDb and so forth. I can see why people say it's one of the best, not really one of the greatest films ever made. Agree with you, Red Gaming. And Kenny, that's a good mark for that film. Wow. Red Ram. Is Jack Nicholson related to Mads or Lars? Empire Strikes Back. Obi-Wan thinks The Empire Strikes Back is the greatest film ever made. Something about that's a bit fishy. Dali. Oh, God. Slightly off topic. Where can we watch your projects markers? You can see them on Amazon. If I was you, I'd start with something like Blonde Purple because it's very accessible and very American, even though it was shot in the UK. And I would start with that. If you like more artistic kind of films, maybe watch Palindrome or Six Rounds. But yeah, I'm not here to promote myself. I'm here to talk about these wonderful, wonderful films. However, I will say, if you've not hit the like button, do hit the like button. Because, I think all YouTubers are meant to say that or something. I've seen them all say that, so I do the same thing as well. There's no such thing as a 10. I agree. There's no such thing as a 10. Agreed. And yes, Cohen, you can find them on Amazon if you're in the UK. If you're in America, some of my films are on Tubi, and I know Tubi's free, I think. So you might want to check them out on that. Yeah, I think so, White Noise. I think we haven't done greatest film ever made, but we will do that. Probably do a tier list for that one. What's your criterion for the greatest film ever made? Okay, let's quickly talk about that, and then we can move on to the next film, because I think The Shining is... And Jay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do a little 12K party. My criteria for the greatest film ever made is based on a few factors. Now, throughout the streams we've done so far, we've done best actors, best directors. We're now doing overrated movies. So we've been, and if you guys follow my content, you know that if I mention something in my community poll or in a video, typically there's a reason why. There's either a video afterwards or a stream afterwards, or there's always a link. So the reason why I'm doing this and doing all these tier lists and so forth is because, yeah, we're going to get to the greatest movies ever made. But I think to have made the best movie ever, all those things we've been talking about need to be absolutely on point. So you need to have the best acting, the best direction, the best technical prowess, the best, storyline, script, whatever. And I don't think I've seen anything better than Schindler's List. I've seen things close, but hey. Anyway, I think that we are going to absolutely kick this opinion of The Shining out of here, even though I would love to agree. I'd love to do this. But alas, I am left. That scene is so good, isn't it, guys? That scene's so good. You know what? I got bored of the Samuel L. Jackson scene so quickly, but that scene, I can watch it over and over and over again. It's so good. Right. This next one is going to get the chat frazzled up because we were kind of talking about this before we began these names. So, talk to me, guys. Mr. White Noise, you are in here. I want you to explain yourself, please. Please, please, please. You ain't listed here. Oh, you know what, Kerwin? I thought you were in the UK all this time. I thought you were in the UK. I was so wrong. I do apologize. So I'll need to get back to you on that. Interesting. Well, hello. If you're in South Africa, it must be like, I think you're 4 hours behind or ahead or something. Hello. And Cody, yeah, I am. But you know what? I started the channel to not talk about my films. I want to talk about filmmaking and maybe help people who want to be filmmakers. But I didn't really make the channel to promote my films. That was never the intention. And I don't want to be one of these YouTubers who are on here talking about their own films all the time. So I try not to talk about them as much as possible. But if I do, if something good comes up, and I did tell you guys at the beginning of the stream, I got a film at BFI next month, quite a massive festival. I will mention it, but I just want to communicate with you guys about all kinds of films. Right, Oppenheimer. What we thinking about Oppenheimer? And Rear Gaming, I've not seen Who Killed Captain Alex. Tell me about that a little bit. Oppenheimer was great. Reevaluation of Titanic to a low level. I think Nolan is overrated in general. Of course you do, Obi-Wan. Oppenheimer is good, but it's not Nolan's best. But do we think it's overrated? What do you guys think? Oppenheimer enjoyed, but not mad about people who say it's overrated. Didn't deserve best. I don't think it did deserve best picture, but I mean, what did then? What did? It wasn't a great year, was it? Ooh, okay. So, with the best commercial film of the last one. What are we doing with this one, guys? Are we saying that it is overrated then? Do you know what? Let me jump in. It was overrated. Well done, White Noise. I don't think you're in here still. Oh, you are in here. There you go. Nolan has leading actors in supporting roles when they should have been characters in supporting roles. Totally bloody agree with that. And that's what happens when you become an all-powerful director like Christopher Nolan. You can put an Oscar winner such as Remy, whatever his name is, into a supporting role with 2 lines. And he will do it because he wants to be in a Nolan film. So there you go. Jay, I've still not seen that, actually. Still not seen that. Right. So, what's next? What is next? We are only on number 20 of this one. I kind of messed up on, and we've done this already. I'm gonna put it on the screen anyway. We've done it already, but I'm gonna put it on the screen anyway, just to give that person a shout out, and we'll move straight on. But I did mess up on this one because I've got the love thing there. But it's Forrest Gump, and it's A-Town something music. A-Town something music. So thank you for the comment, and we're going to move straight on. And the next one I have not seen, and I'm sure you guys probably have seen it, so I'm going to need your help yet again. I'm going to need your wonderful expertise because I have not seen this film, and I really should have. Possession, 1981 film by, I want to say Polish director, but I'm not too sure. So, guys, what you talking? What you're saying? What you talking? Possession, have you seen it? And White Noise, Jesse Plemons is fantastic. We've spoken about him a few times. Totally agree with that. Not seen. It's a decent film. Okay. So, Jay, do you think it's overrated then? Forrest Gump, one of the movies, enjoyable. Yeah, Red Gaming. So we did Forrest Gump, and Forrest Gump was deemed not overrated. Possession is brilliant, but a tough watch. Haven't seen it. Okay. Not seen. So it's looking like people are saying it's good and it's not bad. And not many people have actually seen it. And Cody, I do agree with that comment there. Right. For that reason, I am going to say that it is not overrated. And we are going to have some fun with this one. We're going to do this.
Russ, did you guys lose this game or did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
What? That's what we thought about the last one. So, Gagnan, you are up now, my friend. You are going to have to justify yourself. You said, Blade Runner, the original, The Dark Knight, The Exorcist, John Carpenter's The Thing, Pulp Fiction, The Lion King, The Crow. Okay, let this be it. I almost added The Hangover, but I realized just H2 is overrated. Also considered 7. Okay, so Gagnan, come on. Come on, dude. What are you talking about? Come on. Guys, I'm not going to go through all these films because I cannot agree with these choices. And I think I'm going to pick out one film for us to talk about. First of all, Blade Runner is not overrated. The Dark Knight is maybe overrated. The Exorcist is definitely not overrated. The Thing is definitely not overrated. Pulp Fiction is not overrated. Lion King, I've not seen it, so I can't comment on that. And I've not seen The Crow, and I won't watch The Crow because I'm a bit superstitious because of Brandon Lee's death. So, guys, talk to me about these choices. Yes, Jay, and I'm not getting it with him. Blasphemy. Totally blasphemy. Whoa. The Thing, how dare, yeah, totally. It didn't make my childhood. IG. It's the crane for sure. Oh, dear. Come on, Gagnan. Gagnan, come on. You have to defend yourself because you're getting the smoke. And he took a look at the script. Nonsense. So, Grail, you commented, and we're going to come on to you soon. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry about that. You're going to come on the screen soon. You know what the speculation are? I do like you. You really ask some very interesting questions, typically about myself. So, let me get through these ridiculous choices by Gagnan, and I'll answer that question. City of Angels. Do you mean the film with Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan? Are you sure? You gotta be freaking kidding me. Lion King. Yeah. No, I love it. I do, Jay. I totally respect anyone who can put themselves on the line like that. And you know what, Gagnan, you turned up in the chat and you've turned up in most of the streams as well. So completely respect your opinions, but I don't agree with a lot of these ones. Rositas, come on. Don't agree with many of these. Yeah. Lion King, I think, is just totally mediocre, just like The Dark Knight. not seen Lion King, so I can't speak on that. Pulp Fiction, I don't get why it gets any hype. Crow's great, should definitely see it. And Crow 2, City of Angels? Okay. Yeah, no, totally agree. You know what, Gagnan, I respect your opinion here. I don't agree with them. And unfortunately, you are going to get Samuel L. Jackson. He's going to come and execute you in a few seconds. But before that, I'll answer the speculationer's question. The speculationer, can you do... Oh, here we go. I found it. If you had to direct a big budget movie for either Disney or Warner Brothers, who would you pick for a writer? This is a good question. What actors would you want, and what would you want the film to be about? I'll be quick on this one. I wouldn't direct a big budget for Disney or Warner Brothers if it was a franchise. If it wasn't a franchise, it would have to be me writing it, because I only direct my own films that I write. And actors probably now like Jesse Plemons. I would only have interest in actors like Jesse Plemons, people like that. I wouldn't have any big blockbuster names. I love the crew from like the early Paul Thomas Anderson films. So maybe like William H. Macy. And I would have loved to have worked with Philip Seymour Hoffman. That was my dream actor to work with. And yeah, that's it. So I hope that answers your question. Right. Should we move on to the next person? But before we do, guys, do hit that like button. Please hit the like button. And Gagnan, I don't even know what to give you, but I think I'm going to give you That's what you got, Gagnan. Having said that, I do totally respect the fact that you had those names and you said them, but I don't agree with most of them, and I don't think anyone else did as well. So, you know what? You died on your sword, and I respect that, like a true samurai. Avengers Endgame. Let's do this one, guys. Avengers Endgame. Oh dear. Avengers Endgame, guys. What we're doing. And also, if you've just joined the chat, and I can see that people have like floated in and out, which is amazing, could you hit the like button? At the top of the page or top of the chat, there is a link where you can vote for what film is most overrated out of a series of films that I've put on the poll. And right now, The Matrix is still winning. So yeah, it's a place for everyone. So come on in. Right, guys. Avengers Endgame, what are we saying? What are we saying? We are saying that we prefer the Infinity War. I think Infinity War is one of the best films ever made. So I totally agree. Lukewarm on Marvel, but I surprisingly enjoyed Infinity War. Infinity War is brilliant. Brilliant. Overrated for sure. Any MCU movie that wins. And of course, Star Wars, Obi-Wan. Agreed. Okay, cool. Finally. First half overrated, second half carried by fan service. Yeah, I think the first half is lazy as F because the time travel thing. Kerwin. But then the second half is good because of fan service. And, you get your reward for watching Marvel for the past 10 years. So the second half is actually not too bad. So, however, I am going to go ahead and agree with this one. And we're going to get to... That is what we're going to get. Not how many of those. Right, this one is controversial, and I think I'm going to kick it out straight away, but I do respect the person who has sent it over. But I'm going to kick it out straight away pretty much. But guys, feel free to chime in if you think it should stay. But I think it's a very short conversation. I think it's a very short conversation. The Trison, which is Andrew Lee, I believe, who's not here. But I honestly cannot Agree with this one. I think Lord of the Rings is tremendous. Tremendous. White noise, no, as in not overrated, I'm assuming you mean. Yeah, I know what, it is my favorite trilogy as well. Totally my favorite trilogy. Kenny, I do know what to do. I know exactly what to do. Yeah, Rig Gaming, I'm not a nerd when it comes to Lord of the Rings. I'm just a film fan. I don't really read books because I'm stupid. But this needs to go, doesn't it? It needs to go. Danielson, do what you need to do. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, human beings, we are halfway through the list. And I don't know about you, but this is pretty damn fun. Pretty damn fun. You guys are pushing this to a level that I didn't think it could get to. Your comments on each one of these films your comments on all these films have been tremendous. Keep going. Let's push through. Let's do this. And this next one is going to get us riled up as well. Fury Road. Fury Road. What are we doing here? What are we doing with Fury Road? And Rig Gaming, I think that's a really bad idea. Terrible idea. Because the minute they start working with material that's not based on any source material, they're going to have problems. Just like they did with the last seasons of Game of Thrones and with Rings of Power. Rings of Power. What are we doing with this one? Fury Road. What are we doing? We are saying it's an epic film. We are saying by Grail, we are saying really don't agree with this one. I do not agree with that as well. Fury Road. Yeah. It's not a masterpiece. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but yeah, it's definitely enjoyable. Fury Road's editing masterclass. Agreed with that, White Noise. The editing is brilliant. Totally agree with that. Fury Road, a tiny... Oh, Stefan. A little bit controversial. Dark Engine, how you doing? Good to have you in here, my friend. I love... Gagnan, what do you mean you love Fury Road? So you hated all those classic films, including Pulp Fiction, but you love Fury Road. What is happening there? That's ridiculous. Never heard of it. You sure? I struggle with the first, the first three. Is it three? Mad Max films. Not a huge fan, if I'm being honest with you. I seem to be odd camp. I didn't like Fury Road. You're not in the odd camp, Dark. Well, you are actually. You are. There's nothing wrong with that because so is Gagnan. Right. I think we know what we're doing with that film. What should we do with that film? Shall we blow it up? Let's blow it up. That film is gone. Absolutely gone. Got blown up in the house. Right. Next up is Michael Hendricks, 8011. Now, here's the problem with these films. They're not rated to be overrated. Maybe Insidious is. Maybe Ice Age is not really rated. Shazam is definitely not rated. But you know what? Out of respect, let's talk about them. I've not seen The Grinch. I have seen Shazam, and it's okay. And Insidious, I've not seen, and Ice Age, I've not seen. So, guys, talk to me. What are we thinking about these? Don't touch Ice Age. Do you mean, Recesis, do you mean don't touch it as in don't touch it because it's rubbish? Or do you mean don't touch it because it's good? White noise. I'm the man with the clips. I'm the man with the clips. The Grinch is an eyesore. Thankfully, I've not seen it, so I can't comment. Obi-Wan, yeah, it's not overrated because it's not rated. Shazam, yeah, it's meh, isn't it? It's not really rated, is it? So, yeah, I mean, I think we're just going to move on. I think this opinion is definitely an opinion, and I respect it. Thank you very much, Michael Hendricks. But I think you have reincarnated this.
When we got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Didn't even get a chance to say a word. Didn't even get a chance to have a breath. Just got shot straight in the stomach. Game over. And next up is a film we've done already, but let's do it out of respect, shall we? And we'll move straight on, which is Chromexus, Oppenheimer, a lot of irritation, constant music, agreed with that, perfunctory plot, disjointed non-linear scenes, ignoring some of the horrors involved. Totally do agree with all those points, and that's a really well-made point. And thankfully, that film has already been evaporated. Anyone with ADHD tendencies will always enjoy well-edited film. Well, that's not a very nice thing to say, is it, Kerwin? Oh, you're talking about yourself. Next up is... Ooh, some good ones here. Okay. Next up is RHR 1991, who says Chariots of Fire, Life of Pi, The Deer Hunter, Titanic, and Boyhood. Obi-Wan, behave yourself. I think everyone in this chat has ADHD. There you go. You said it, Ray Gaming. Yes. Okay. Chariots of Fire, Life of Pi, Deer Hunter, Titanic, Boyhood. Let's get straight to the mustard. Chariots of Fire. No one's spoken about that film since 1991. Like, it's not considered to be great anymore. Life of Pi. No one considered that to be great anymore. So we're not going to talk about that. Titanic. No one really talks about Titanic. Boyhood was revered when it first came out, but no one talks about Boyhood anymore. So that leaves Deer Hunter, which is kind of universally seen as a bit of a masterpiece. So have you guys seen Deer Hunter? Have you seen Deer Hunter? Because I have, and I can tell you it's not overrated at all. Need to rewatch the Deer Hunter. I got bored the first time I watched it. Watch it again, Recetus. Watch it again. It's honestly, it's a masterpiece. It really is. White noise. Yep, totally agree. Yes, agreed, Jay. Totally agree with that. Yep, I think we all kind of have the same thoughts here. My father loved Deer Hunter, never saw it, never will. Don't want to ruin it for anybody. Okay, I think we know what we're going to be doing with this. I think we are going to be doing what we need to do with this. We are going to... Ooh. We're going to chase it around a tree. That's what we're going to do with it, because that's how you shoot an action sequence. You have a big man and you hide him behind a tree, because that is how you shoot action. Right. This is from Alex, who says Midsummer. It's got 5 likes. Midsummer, Joker, Black Panther. We've done that already. And pretty much any Baz Luhrmann movie. So I want to focus in on Baz Luhrmann and Midsummer. I'm going to leave Joker. I'm going to leave Black Panther. I'm going to leave Barbie. There's no point. Let's talk about Midsummer and Baz Luhrmann. Stefan, you can't just say that Baz Luhrmann is a clown and leave it there. I'm going to need a little bit more context, my friend. That's not acceptable. Come on. Midsummer, let's discuss. Yeah, Midsummer and Baz Luhrmann, please. What are you guys thinking about those two? I liked Moulin Rouge. I really hate The Great Gatsby, and Elvis was meh. Okay, so he made three musicals back after back. Well, not musicals, but 3 musical films back after back. He made Strictly Ballroom, he made Romeo and Juliet, and then he made Moulin Rouge. I've not seen Strictly Ballroom. I probably should watch it, but I love Romeo and Juliet, and I love Moulin Rouge. So I don't think he's a clown myself, but Stefan, please do explain yourself. Out of all, I only like Midsummer. Thoughts on Midsummer, guys? Midsummer and Baz Luhrmann. That's what I need. Baz Luhrmann is the king. Wheat boy, explain yourself. I think Baz Luhrmann is more for the sake of more. Okay. I respect that. Maybe Midsummer can be considered overrated, and maybe the acclaim for Baz is excessive at these times. Yeah. Midsummer is like Hereditary. I suspect someone should explain why the genre found hype. I want to understand what's going on. Midsummer, I just thought of an amazing collaboration. Thank you, the speculationer. You seem to be like my agent. I love it. Good night. And is that all you're saying, Ozan? That's the only thing you said. I haven't seen any Baz. Oh my God, Rear Gaming. Come on, get on with it. Midsummer flop after sacrifice to the old people, boring and pretentious. Ooh. It seems like you guys, I'm trying to defend. I haven't been talking about Midsummer because I don't know why I haven't been talking about it. It's one of those films that you watch and you enjoy at the moment, and then it kind of ends and you're like, okay, cool, that was fine. Like, it's not as good as Hereditary, and I've not seen Beau is Afraid. I'm not going to see it. It's 3 hours long. But it seems like you guys seem to agree with this person, so I'm going to do what I need to do. All right, Alex, you have done well, my friend. You have done very well. Right, next up is... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. All right. This is not going to be good. This is going to be very bad. Oh. Okay. Lee Simmons, 5453. Tarantino. What you guys thinking about Tarantino? Because personally speaking, I do not agree with this opinion. What are you guys saying? And whilst you have a little think, I'm going to have a sip of this cool, refreshing appetizer. I'm not sponsored by appetizer. I promise. Tarantino, come on. So what are we thinking about? Disagree? Tarantino, him guy. The poll here speaks for itself. You know what? That cook. Yeah. Holy hell of a comment. Disagree. Basically, it's not allowed. Snowpiercer. JB, what the F? Ozan, you're back. I agree. I never understand why Jackie Brown is so underrated. Interesting. Now, Co. And everyone deserves an opinion. And Jay, yeah, it totally is a Wicker Man ripoff. Jackie Brown is overrated, but you can, yeah, totally agree. I totally agree. Absolutely agree. Guys, if you've just jumped on, you can actually jump onto the top of the chat and you can actually, guess what you can do? You can vote for what films, directors, or series you think are most overrated. So please jump in there and do your thing whilst I do my thing and while Samuel L. Jackson does his thing.
We got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Right. Cool, refreshing appetizer. Right, guys. Every MCU movie is said by Berenger Burkhart 4080. Now, this is just an opinion that is, how can I put it? Stupid. Jay Pullen, I have personally seen Green Room, and it's a very good film. It's better than Midsummer. Sound of Metal is very good as well. Yeah, what are we thinking about every MCU movie? Because that, yeah, it's not really sitting well with me. That comment, don't agree with that at all. Isn't MCU wildly? Yeah, nowadays it is. You know what? I'm going to move this one straight on, and we're going to do this one.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
Totally disagree with that last opinion. Right, next one. Next one is Recetus. Thank you for jumping in. Definitely do your homework. Next one is La La Land, Black Panther. We've done that already. A Star is Born, which I'm assuming they mean the most recent one. The Artist, which is the French film, the black and white French film. Hugo by Martin Scorsese. And The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Where do we start here? So many films, so many films. Dark Engine, it is. It totally is. Send him to La La Land. Okay, so Black Panther we've done. The Artist we haven't done. Has anyone seen The Artist? I'm not going to do Hugo because it's not even rated to be overrated. The Artist did win loads of Oscars. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I think anyone sits there and goes, "Oh, have you seen The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?" So I don't think we need to say it's rated or underrated or anything like that. So we're going to do La La Land and A Star is Born. La La Land and A Star is Born. What are we doing about those two films, guys? Because I feel like I have some thoughts on La La Land and A Star is Born. So what do you guys think? And also, this came from Maria Fernanda Paredes, who has been there since day one. So Maria, if you're watching, thank you for the comment. Yes to both. Yes to both. Overrated, yeah? I think La La Land is definitely overrated. And I think that A Star is Born is pretty good. It's pretty good. And The Artist, I haven't seen it since it first came out, but I remember enjoying it. And I think it is a good film from what I remember. And Gagnan, The Artist was kind of good. Yep, totally agree. Only seen La La Land, it was fine. Yeah, it's just fine, but highly overrated. Forrest Gump over Benjamin Button any day of the week. La La Land, no idea. All these movies got super hyped. They did, actually, upon release, but I think if we're talking about now, present day, some of them have just disappeared into the ether, haven't they? Ooh, do you know what? I'm going to be a bit greedy here. I'm going to just get rid of it. I'm going to actually approve this one. I'm going to approve this comment. Lovely. Right. This one is also very, very contentious, but I do actually agree with this one. This one is Libao Sitcore. Skitcore. What a name. Great name. The Star Wars sequels. No way they should have this big of a fan base and rots isn't even in the top 3 best Star Wars films, probably not even top 5. And if you say watch the Clone Wars, you'll like them even better. I shouldn't have to watch a 16-year-old show to like the prequels. They obviously made a mistake and tried to hide it by saying it was the Clone Wars canon. What are we saying about that? Because I totally agree. Totally agree. Game over, man. Game over. Prequels are bad. This is the thing is, since Disney have jumped on board, they have made the prequels look good. But unfortunately, the prequels are not good. And I like to use an analogy. So if I was using the analogy of if I was a 50-year-old and I was married to an awful human, and then I suddenly got divorced and I married a serial killer, that wouldn't mean that my previous wife was good. It just means that I've married a serial killer. And that, I'm afraid, is how I'm going to describe the prequels. The prequels were awful. There, I said it. They're terrible. Terrible. The funny thing is, in the Hungarian dub, we never got the Clone Wars in episode 6. Thank God. Thank God. Hungary's a wonderful place. The home of Puskás. Gotta love Lahane posted in the background. I love it. I love Lahane. It's one of my favorite films, as evidenced. Phantom Menace is way overrated. Totally agree with this one. Totally agree with this one. In my eyes, Jedi. Ooh, Stefan. Dropping some massive, just dropping microphones all day long. Right, so another agreement. And I think I'm bored of Mr. Noddy Headman, so I think we're going to do this. Right, so we got a comment here from Ringe 1000. I'll put it on screen, but we're going to get rid of it almost immediately and move straight on. But out of respect, we'll get it up on screen because we've done it already. But Lord of the Rings from Ringe 1008. And I believe that's William Dafoe sitting there as the Avatar. Right, what's next? Nearly finished, actually, guys. Well done. Not a movie, but Game of Thrones and House of Dragon are way overrated. Let me get that one up on screen as well. And that has come from Chiara Nolan. So what are we thinking? And do we even count this? Because it's not actually a movie. I think I'm going to leave this one because I think we are going to do a TV one pretty soon. But my thoughts on this, generally speaking, are Game of Thrones up until like season 4, 5, probably 4, was just one of the best TV shows ever. And the ending, it's not... See, the thing is, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And unfortunately, it finished very poorly. So that kind of tainted everything. And then House of Dragons has just begun. So, I mean, we can't really say anything about it. But I've enjoyed it so far. Very not overrated. Totally agree, Kenny. Totally agree. Right, let's take that off. Let's do the next one. And this film that I'm about to get up on screen has been spoken of by many people. I was expecting a bit more from it, to be honest with you, but it didn't really... You know what? I'm going to let you guys guess what it is as well. It didn't really hit the spot for me. Now, that's not to say it's bad, but the way people spoke about it as if it was the second coming of you-know-what made me think it was the second coming of you-know-what. But it wasn't the second coming of the you-know-what. It was just an okay film. And it's directed by Sean Penn. It's directed by Sean Penn. So who do you think this... What film do you think this is, guys? It's a Sean Penn film. And it, at the time, and even now, I think people say, "Oh, have you seen this film? It's so good." Is it? So what are we saying? Do you guys know what film I am referring to? No, it's directed by Sean Penn. Whereas Mystic River stars... Yeah, there we go, Stefan. You got it. It's Into the Wild. This comment is from Buzzer. And what do we think about Into the Wild? What do we think about that film? It's not Electric Boogaloo, Jay. I've not actually seen Electric Boogaloo, but I've heard great things. I've heard wonderful things. What do we think about what do you think about Into the Wild? Because I have some thoughts. Oh, Kenny. Okay, can you defend it, Kenny? Because obviously Bazaar is not here to defend their thoughts. So, Kenny, can you defend it? Because I think it is overrated, my personal self. Completely forgot about it. That's my review. Ozan, I wouldn't say I forgot about it, but I would definitely say that if I did forget about it, my life wouldn't be any different. And you know what? If you can say that about a film, if you can say that if you forgot about it or didn't see it, would your life have changed? There's quite a few films that could end up on this list. For example, I just finished watching The Fall Guy today, as I may have told you guys already 20 times. And if I had never seen that film, which I kind of didn't, because I just kind of went on my phone halfway through, it wouldn't have changed my life, really. I mean, I could have done something way more interesting, like invented time travel in that period. But instead, I had to watch Ryan Gosling again. Bored of him. Haven't finished it, so can't completely comment. Never watched it. Goddamn, good drama, beautifully filmed, great soundtrack. Okay. Based on the true story. Are you talking about the same film, Jay? Or are you talking about that awful Jim Carrey film? Because that film was awful. Directed by Joel Schumacher. Doesn't seem like many people here. Okay, Stefan, I've not seen that, but my friend did tell me that it was underrated. It seems like so far the consensus is this is a film that people like. So we will do this, shall we?
Oh man. Oh God. Oh man. Oh God. Oh man. Oh God. Oh man. Oh God. Oh man. Oh God.
So has anyone actually worked out what film that is yet? Because I still don't know. If you know what film that is, let me know, because honestly, it looks like trash. Absolute trash. Right, this is a long-ass comment from Gamer Vet. This is a big old one. Absolute pause there. Okay, just one of the things that bugged the shit out of me, and that's Man of Steel. Terrible, terrible idea for a Superman flick that had me rolling my eyes more than anything else. I watched it twice on sleep deprivation just to make sure that I hated it. I'm sure as shit I do. I don't need to mention Batman versus Superman or the R word Justice League movie, because as much as they bastardize the superhero Superman got it worse. All because people seem to think we need to move on from a pure, and I guess there's more to that. And I will go to bat for this film in the sense that I will go to bat it into a river. I bloody hate it. But if anyone here can defend Zack Snyder's Superman, please do. Is that what it's called? Kenny, I think you may be trolling me, but Oh, okay. No, it really is called that. Okay. Well done, guys. This is why I love you guys. This is why I love you guys. That is amazing work by you guys. Love that. Thank you, Grail. Bad Superman movie, great Zack Snyder movie. Ooh. Clay. Okay. Clay, you're back in the chat. I'm not having it. Were you there before as well, Clay? Because you had your comment come up and you disappeared. And I'm going to get it back up in a minute. You had your overrated movie come up and you disappeared. You couldn't defend it. So I'm going to get it back up in a minute, if I remember. I will go on record as a Man of Steel defender. I was hoping you guys hated this movie, but you don't. How dare he insult the Superman movies and stuff? Okay, so I've not mentioned that person on the whole stream, and I will not mention that person on the whole stream. I'm not going to do it. That person's got a lot of abuse from me over the past few days, and I'm not doing it today. What is a great Zack Snyder movie? 300 is not bad. Superman Returns got cancelled. Zack Snyder, legendary, just a master storyteller, Rebel Moon. He made Superman look so cool. So I guess you guys do not agree with this opinion. Or maybe you do. Or maybe you do. I really, oh God, I want to get rid of this. I want to agree with Game of It, but you guys seem to not agree. I'm with you. There's no CGI and production team in the world that can hide this thing that is Snyder. Whoa. Sucker Punch. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Don't care for the DC movies much. I think we're getting kind of 50-50 here. Snyder is such a dude, bro, man. Best technical can be approached with multiple angles, and it come from a different angle each time. That's actually true, Gagnan. That's so true. It's a tricky one. It's kind of 50-50. Kind of 50-50 with this one. I am a little bit perplexed. So, whenever one is perplexed, one must be unperplexed. And the only way you can do that is by sorting out your brain. So let's sort out our brains right now, shall we?
What is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah!
Okay, so I actually thought we were making great progress. We're not. We have so many more left. My God, we got so many more left. I wonder if I fucked up somewhere. I have fucked up somewhere. Okay. Well, bear with me, guys, whilst I un-F us. I'm going to un-F us right now by going to this one here. Okay, so we got another Shawshank Redemption one. I'm going to shout it out. It's Hank Schrader, who obviously is not Hank Schrader. If you know who Hank Schrader is, do tell me in the comments, because I think we all know who Hank Schrader is. And Hank Schrader seems to think that Shawshank Redemption is fine, but it's not great. But I'm gonna bring it up on screen just out of respect, but we've done it already, so let's not go into it again. But yeah, does anyone know who Hank? There we go, Ray Gaming. There we go. You got it. So yeah, thank you, Hank Schrader. Next up is thank you, Jody. I don't think Jody's here today, but normally Jody is around. And thank you, Jody says Hereditary, Florida Project, Step Brothers, Mulholland Drive. So what do you guys think about those? I'm going to call BS on Hereditary. I think it's brilliant. I've not seen Florida Project. I cannot stand Step Brothers, and I'm a huge Will Ferrell fan. I think that's kind of the moment where Will Ferrell just went a bit south. And Mulholland Drive is definitely not overrated. But what are you guys thinking? Andy was guilty, by the way. He killed his wife. Wow. Ozan, what do you mean by that? That's not even factual. That's not canon. You just made that up. What do you mean he's guilty? He killed his wife. He did not kill his wife. How dare you? It's Tim Robbins, for F's sake. Who's this? Clay, I despise Step Brothers. Totally agree. I don't know what Florida Project is. That's a William Dafoe film. Not Mulholland Drive. Totally agree. Hereditary is probably my favorite horror movie of all time, but that doesn't say much because I'm not a horror movie fan. Mulholland Drive is a bit much. Ooh. No, Florida Project is good. And Gagnan, you cheated. Wasn't Mulholland Drive critically panned when it came out? I think it was, actually, but not now. Now it's absolutely revered. I watched Step Brothers roughly. Yeah, I've never finished Step Brothers. I don't like it. I think it's terrible. You know what? Just for Step Brothers, Kingsman is overrated. Ashley Animate Stuff. Well, thank you for coming in. Smash the like button. And additionally, Kingsman 1 is okay. Kingsman 2 is absolute dog turd. And Kingsman, whatever the last one was called, is even worse. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to do with this comment, we are going to say just Step Brothers. And that allows me to get rid of it. And to get rid of it by doing the decent thing. The thing that all things in life should get the approval with. Right. Let's move on, shall we? Let's move on to a controversial choice. A Danny Boyle film starring your guy's favorite, Cillian Murphy. His big break into Hollywood. And a film that is universally revered. And Kenny, I don't agree, but I think many people do agree. The Kingsman was terribly disappointing. Van Dance. So yeah, what are we doing with 28 Days Later? What are we doing with this film? Danny Boyle. I mean, what can we say about Danny Boyle? Wonderful director, British. That's not really relevant, but he is British. And Cillian Murphy, and a film that don't think I've actually seen it properly, but it's meant to be pretty damn good. So, not 28 Days Later. Nah, 28 Days Later. Lovely. I love that Ashley came in and just trashed. Yeah, that was the first comment that Ashley made. I love the first 30 minutes or so. After that, it's just R. I so hated Fast Zombies, but 28 Days Later, Dawn of Dead remake eventually reinvigorated the genre. Kudos for that. I think we are going to have to do the following because we've not done this in a while. We're going to do this.
When we got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Right. So the speculationer, who is my agent, apparently, you have now got the chance to defend a choice. A choice. You made a choice, and now you have to defend it. So here we go. Here's your choice. Spider-Man No Way Home. And whilst I get people's opinions on that, I'm going to put this comment on screen, which is Affaire ta mère, Knives Out 1 and 2. Knives Out 1 is very good, or good. Knives Out 2 is toilet water. And it's not just toilet water that's just been flushed. It's toilet water before the flushing. Like you haven't flushed it for a week or so. That's what that is. Absolutely awful. And Rare Gaming, love that comment. And I've not seen any of his films. But he's meant to be a legendary director. But I've not seen. Right, so what are we thinking about Spider-Man No Way Home? I kind of liked it. I can see why some think No Way Home is overrated. Yes, it follows a very, very popular formula, which is just get back loads of characters from the past and make it work somehow. I agree. Good Spider-Man movies was Spider-Verse. Ryan J, no thanks to the crap. I agree with Spidey No Way Home being overrated. I agree about Glass Onion. Forget about Glass Onion, guys. No Way Home. Well, don't forget about Glass Onion, but No Way Home. No Way Home. So it seems like you guys seem to think No Way Home is overrated. Here's your opinion. No Way Home is overrated due to the due to the fan service and the beginning, which is extremely slow paced. I actually really enjoyed No Way Home. I actually did enjoy it. Once I didn't get the hype. No Way Home was very good. Which Spider-Man is that? It's the one with Zendaya. And, oh, damn, I didn't want to say her name. Oh, damn. ruined my streak. I might as well go off on one now. So Zendaya, she's awful. I'm joking. She's good. It was nostalgic bait, but I kind of don't agree with this one, Mr. Speculationer. I think it's overrated. I think it did what it needed to do. Like, I remember clapping in the cinema. I don't think I've ever done that before. I let Spidey go when I was like 12. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan or Batman fan, but I do appreciate what that film did. I do appreciate it was nostalgia bait for sure, but it damn well worked. I mean, the box office says that it worked as well. So I think the entire Holland Spider-Man trilogy is overrated. Okay, you went 2 steps too far. The second one's terrible. The first one's okay. The third one is good. Oh dear. I'm not even going to read that. That is mean. That is very mean. It was defo a movie to be seen with a big audience. I agree with it. It did what it did. It did what it did. It was never setting itself out to be the best film ever. So the speculation, I get what you're saying. Holland is a terrible Spider-Man. Don't agree with that. I think Andrew Garfield is a terrible Spider-Man. Speculationer, I'm afraid you're gonna get this, and I'm so sorry, because it was close. It was close.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
Sorry, speculationer. That's what you get when you come up with a comment that's not approved by the masses. You get eaten by trolls. This person hasn't got a name. User JG8ZS. All Star Wars movies. I think the less said about that, the better. So I'm going to move straight on. And this one is from you, Master. Oh, dearie me. This one, guys. Right. So, guys, I know you're having little conversations about Spider-Man still, but we're going to have to really focus now, guys. So I'm going to pause for a second so we can really focus on this one, because this one is big. And they've put a few things here and got quite a few likes, but we're going to focus on the first one. Now, we're coming towards the end. Let me see how many we've got left. We've got just 6 left, but this one's probably the biggest one so far. And, well, first of all, guys, have you hit the like button? Because if you haven't, I want you to hit the like button right now. If you're watching and you haven't commented, that's absolutely fine. But if you haven't subscribed, that's not fine. Do subscribe, please, to the channel. We're nearly on 12,000. And I'm going to have a quick look and see how many we need to get to 12,000. Because as Jay said, we're going to have a little party once we get to 12,000. We have to get 41 more people before we are on 12,000, which would be tremendous. And I'll be very, very happy with that. But yeah, if you guys are loving the stream, do hit the like button because it helps for more people to come to the stream. Do you guys like this time as well? Saturday, I started at 4. We're now approaching 7. So we've done 2 hours and 20 minutes. Does this work better for you? Does it not work for you? Let me know. Love to know. Additionally, you know, if you want to have your name on the screen, you can do a little super chat. Jay did one earlier on. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Jay. If you want to become a member of the channel, we've had some new members over the past few days. Vitaphone was nice enough to, I think, give 10 people free memberships over the past 2 streams. As well as that, there's been numerous super chats and loads of people joining up. So thank you so much for doing that, guys. In fact, look at that, who's just joined just now, in fact. Vitaphone just came on just now. So thank you very much, guys, for being here, first and foremost. Hit the like button. And I'm going to do a little bit of an interval with the the new intro for these live streams. And then when we come back, we're going to do the most controversial one ever. And the reason why I took a bit of a break is I want you guys to gather your thoughts, because I want to discuss this one in a bit of detail. I don't want to just move on. Even though probably, quite frankly, we're going to probably just move on because it's a bit of a stupid one, but it's also a very controversial one. So I'm going to give you a bit of an intro. We'll come back and we'll talk about that film. All right. Right. Ladies, gentlemen, and all things additional, we are going to move on to this one here, which is quite simply very controversial. What do we think about that? Ooh. Okay, so Mika, if it doesn't come up, I may have missed it. So if it doesn't come up, when I finish doing these, then it's 5 more left. Then I'm going to ask you to, what I'll do is I'll actually star you there. I'm going to ask you to put it in the chat. And when I see it, I'll bring it up on screen. So guys, The Godfather. Yeah. Obi-Wan. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I think we should discuss it properly. So it says it's by Mewmaster, The Godfather Part II, Change My Mind. So guys, we have to change this person's mind. So what I want you to do in the chat, tell this person why the film's good. What elements are good? Just mention maybe an actor's name, maybe a character arc, maybe cinematography is good. Just maybe a couple of words just to say why the film's good. Because I think it's only fair that we argue this out properly. I don't think we can just go, that's trash. Let's do this properly. Let's say this is good, that's good, this is bad, this is good. That's all we need to do. And then, what is this? 7 likes. Oh, right. I thought we had 7 likes. That would have been catastrophic. Vitaphone, thank you very much for more memberships. Guys, what is so good about The Godfather 2? Pretend this person is an alien. They've come down from another planet. And our job is to make sure they understand the importance of The Godfather. Maybe just like the fact that there's family involved. Maybe like the fact that there's money involved. Maybe like the fact that there's relationships. Maybe like the fact they go to Cuba. There's the Cuban element of it. Maybe it's the fact there's method actors, Diane Keaton. Let's not forget the wonderful performance from the method actor by the name of, I cannot remember, Lee Strasberg. Guys, what's so good about The Godfather 2? Talk to me. Pacino, Pacino, Pacino. What else? Here we go, Ray Gaming. The story, the editing, the theme. Absolutely. I can only bring one fact into Godfather. Marlon Brando was on the book cover and it was too strong present. You know what, Gagnan? I would say that's a good argument against it, but I would say that Robert De Niro playing Marlon Brando's character, Vito Corleone, in the second one is maybe even better. And I know that's a pretty controversial statement, but maybe even better. Spoon, you need to watch them. You need to watch them. The plot, switching between the stories of father and son, that was something I've never seen before. And I bet you any money back in 1974, that film must have blown people's minds. I think it's 3 hours and 20 minutes. And it goes between Sicily, when Vito Corleone was a boy, to America when he was a young adult. And then it also deals with the Cuban situation with Michael Corleone, as well as the American situation with Michael Corleone. And it also has a flashback where you get James Caan and you get Al Pacino and don't think Diane Keaton's there. Maybe she was. No, she's not. But you also get the performance from Rocky's wife in it as well. She's really good in it as well. Can't remember her name, but it's Francis Ford Coppola's sister. The extension of Michael's arc. De Niro, great choice. Enough said. Kind of. And De Niro's, yes. I loved how De Niro's presence filled the void that we feared Brando would leave in part 2. Yes, because he didn't do an impression of Brando. He done his own thing. And I said this before in another stream, he learnt Sicilian for the role, which is typical De Niro and why we voted him the best. The first one remains my absolute favorite. I prefer the second one, Grail, but one is not far behind. And honestly, we're comparing a Bugatti with a Porsche. I don't know anything about cars, but you get my analogy. Yeah, guys, I think I don't want to just knock this one. How common was 2 storylines in 2 films at the same time in film? Back then, not common at all. Talia Shire, sure. Movies like that make me goof. Are you talking about Godfather? The first one was a slap, the second one was a punch, and the third one was a caress. Totally. Yeah, I think what we're going to do with this comment, I do like this comment actually, because it got us thinking. They also said that the Batman, Bonnie and Clyde, Dial for Murder, E.T., Ferrari versus Ford, the Grand Budapest Hotel, In Bruges, Nightcrawler, North by Northwest, the Pirates of the Caribbean, Possession, Suspiria, and the West Side Story are all overrated, which is just for that. I'm sorry, but I need to do this because The Godfather was an interesting point of contention. Was never going to be anything that won, but I like talking about The Godfather, so we did that. But now for all of those scandalous comments, you're going to get this. Right, so if you just joined, we have gone through a number of films. We've come to some strange conclusions. For example, apparently I'm 50. I've not spoken about a certain actress today, and I won't be speaking about a certain actress because I've been quite mean to that actress over the past few streams, and I'm now behaving myself. I've also today seen The Fall Guy, which was just dog turd shit. And I got absolutely ripped off, paying for that to watch it on streaming. I got ripped off. And we've gone through so many films, guys. And I'm really proud of what you guys have done because we have gone through, I don't know how many films we've gone through. Maybe someone can tell me how many films we've gone through, but I would say close to 80, 90 films in the space of 2 hours and a half, which is incredible. And you guys have been there all the way. So, we're now going to do this one from Nevlin von Valder-Doren. I think I got that right. Mad Max Fury Road. I watched it twice because blah, blah, blah. We've done this one already. So we're not going to do it again. And we're going to move on. But thank you very much for the comment. And next up is... And after that, well, this is the 5th one, but we've got 4 more after that. This one is, this one's not very nice. It's quite mean, this one. It's quite a mean one. But we're going to do it anyway. Anything Darren Aronofsky has ever made. Ditto for Haneke. Now, if you have been a member of my channel for a while, Manisha, hello Manisha. My boyfriend thinks Lion King, Black Panther are overrated. Manisha, we discussed Black Panther, and I think the consensus was that it was overrated. And Lion King, we kind of discussed it, but not properly. So if you stick around, we might discuss that in a bit. I personally think Black Panther isn't overrated, and I've not seen Lion King, so I can't comment on that. But if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I absolutely love Michael Haneke. So you know what my thoughts are on this one. Darren Aronofsky, he has his place. He has his place. So what are we doing? Kenny, I think you might be right. I think you might be right. He did do Mother, and not the Korean Mother. He didn't. Not the Korean Mother by Bong Joon-ho. Requiem for a Dream was not fine. Requiem for a Dream is one of the best films in the past 30 years, and The Whale is terrible, absolutely terrible. Anyone Fury Road themselves before? Rig gaming, that's very naughty. What are we doing, guys? Darren Aronofsky, what are we doing with him? Are we sticking by Darren, or are we getting rid of Darren? That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know, and then I can quickly move on to the next one. Aronofsky, and why not? Let's talk about Haneke as well. Why not? Aronofsky makes exploitation movies dressed up as Oscar bait. Ooh, can anyone defend him? When you say absolutely something, Red Gaming, do you mean not good? Because we have decisions to make here, guys. And so far, it looks like Aronofsky is going in the bin. Pi is a masterpiece. I like Pi. I prefer Requiem, but I like Pi. But so far, it looks like no one's defending Aronofsky, and that would mean that Aronofsky. Oh, you liked it? Okay. The Fountain is his best. Yeah, I like The Fountain a lot. Very underrated film. I think what I'm going to do with this, just because they mentioned Haneke, I'm going to do what I need to do with this. I'm going to do what all great things, well, not all great things. I'm going to do this. Right. We got 3 more because this next one is a bit of a smoke screen. This next one, if you don't understand it, it's Dune 1, which came from Hail 3789. And we've done Dune already, so that can go, which means we will get the next one up. And the next one is Jay. I don't know if Jay's still here, but Jay, you are up next, my friend. And you've got a hell of a lot of opinions here. So Jay goes, what? Come on, people. Dune, Dirty Dancing, Precious, Crying Game, Amelie, The Hidden Fortress, Wanted, That's Boots, Weekend, The Interview, Pink Flamingos, The Help, The Butler, Beloved, The Blind Date, Penelope, Happy Go Lucky, and The Princess Bride. Now, if that isn't a big, if that isn't a collection of classic films, I don't know what is. So, Jay, if you're still here, please defend yourself, because some of these seem ludicrous, but are they? What do you think, guys? What do you think? So, I'm going to take Dune out of it because we've discussed that already. Dirty Precious, I've not seen, but it looks like really trashy melodrama. The Crying Game, I've not seen. If you don't know what that is, it's a British film, stars Liam Neeson and Stephen Rea. It's 80s film about a cross-dressing or transgender. It's a very, very groundbreaking film. Very brave film from the 80s. There you are, Jay. So yeah, I've not seen The Crying Game in its totality. Amelie, I'm not having any of the Amelie behavior. The Hidden Fortress, which is that, guys, if you love Star Wars, and I know you do, Obi-Wan, The Hidden Fortress is a huge influence for Star Wars. It's about a princess and her two, I don't know what they are, like her two, they're not friends, they're like, I don't know, her workers or whatever they are. So basically it's about Princess Leia and R2-D2 and the other robot I can't remember the name of. So Hidden Fortress is a very important film. Wanted is the Angelina Jolie spectacle with James McAvoy and Morgan Freeman. It's pretty dumb, but I really enjoyed it. Despoot is a brilliant film, German film about a submarine. I don't think it might be a true story, but it's such a good film. Weekend I've not seen. The Interview, which is James Franco and Seth Rogen, it's okay. Pink Flamingos I've not seen. The Help I have seen. It's melodrama and it's okay. The Butler is awful. Beloved I've not seen. The Blind Side is absolutely awful lies and Hollywood propaganda. Penelope I've not seen. Happy Go Lucky I've not seen. And Princess Bride is one of the best films ever made, apparently. So guys, what are we doing? I like the two pumbling characters in Hidden Fortress, but it was a messy movie. Okay. I've not seen it since I was a kid. Visually stunning, though. I'm not too sure what that's a reference to. For some reason, in my post, in the community page, didn't post, but here's my response. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to keep that to one side, Vitaphone. I didn't even finish the interview. Well, you know what? The interview nearly finished America because, of course, North Korea were not happy and they wanted to destroy America after that. Yeah, Stefan, exactly. So, Jay, I'm struggling with this one because you've got some good things here, but then amongst the good things, you've got some really classic films that I just can't agree with. Dirty Dancing, I don't like it, but you know, people like it. Crying Game's a pretty important film, and then for me, Amelie and Das Boots are the ones where I'm like, whoa, dude, what's going on here? Like, whoa. These were films that others recommended to me at the time. I checked them out and was disappointed. Okay. All right. Okay. Amelie is not really for me. Visually stunning, though. I love Amelie. I really do. Right, Jay, my friend, I love you. I really do. But I love this more.
We got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
You know what it was, Jay, that tipped me over the edge? It was Amelie. That was the one where I was like, nah, you're not getting away with that. That's the only one. The other ones I would have been like, sure, I'll let you off. But Amelie, oh, come on. You know what, Clay? John Travolta did just get him through the guise of Jackson. This next person is in the chat right now. And this next person is going to get some smoke. And it's so ironic that these two came up at the same time because they were both both on chat with me during the last stream along with Vitaphone. But hey, it's going to happen. Sorry, Grail, but it's your turn. It's your turn, Grail. You better justify yourself. You better justify yourself, my friend. Because there are some names on this list that, oh dear. The Dark Knight, The Godfather Part II in particular, after we just had a half an hour chat about The Godfather. The Wolf of Wall Street, Inception, we spoke about that as well. Blade Runner 2049, I totally agree with you. The Revenant, totally agree with you. Interstellar, not so much agree with you. Avatar, I agree with you. Mad Max Road Warrior, I agree with you. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, don't agree with you. Parasite, whoa. I'm not going there. Midsummer, yeah, kind of agree with you. Joker, totally agree with you. But wow. Grail, what have you done? What are you doing? I'm not going down with you for this, Grail. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. You have to justify. You're going to have to justify yourself, Grail, because Obi-Wan, I kind of agree with you here. I don't know what Grail's doing. This is definitely some form of like some old samurai suicide. What's happened here? Would you find incredible source of haterade? Oh god, yeah. Grail loves war. Grail really loves war. Road Warrior just feels like a Fury film album. Yeah, so I'm okay. Let's do this properly then, because Grail did wake up and choose violence for sure. Look, I like The Revenant, but digital cinematography kept me from investing in the period. Okay, so Jay, I'm gonna Grail. I'm gonna right now. You're a bit like William Wallace in Braveheart at the end of the film when he's about to be murdered. And I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to take you off. I don't know even was he crucified? I can't remember. Don't really care. But he was about to be murdered. So I'm going to take you away from the chopping block for a bit by allowing yourself to just on the chat just say a couple of films. Just say a couple of films on the chat. I'm allowing you to save yourself here. So do the right thing. Do the right thing. And just two. I just want two. Out of this list, just give me two. Because otherwise, you're about to get shot by Samuel L. Jackson. So just give me two. Preferably if you choose something like, we've done Blade Runner at 1, so you can't do that. But if you were to say The Revenant and maybe Joker, there's a chance you might be able to survive this. And yes, Ray Gaiman, he is about to be crucified. Unless Grail can save himself with a couple of swift movements, this could be the end of Grail by the hands of Sam Jackson. So Grail, I'm waiting. I can see you're biding your time. You're finding out which option's going to work best for you. I can tell you the options that are going to work best for you are going to be The Revenant and Joker. So, what are you going to choose, my friend? You have come out with this. Joker had no reason to be set in the 80s, which worked against the plot when he finds out Murray's. Okay. That's a good argument, guys. So what we saying? What are we saying about the Joker, guys? Are we going to save Grail because of that comment? Revenant is just bad. It is. So yeah, Grail, you've said the Joker. I need one more film, and then guys, we need to decide whether we're gonna get Samuel L. Jackson to shoot Grail, or whether someone like Nicolas Cage can dance for him. So what we're gonna do? I need Grail's second film, or I'm gonna shoot him. Well, I'm not, but Samuel L. Jackson's gonna shoot him. So Grail, do your thing. And then everyone in the chat can decide whether the Joker or the Revenant. And there we go. Midsummer was also way too long and resorted to old horror tropes like dumb teenagers that stay in a place that clearly shouldn't. Okay, guys. So we got Midsummer and we got Joker. What do you guys think about those two films? Don't save Grail because you didn't give everyone a second chance. The speculation, you're like... I don't know if you guys have seen Puss in Boots, their most recent one, which is really good if you haven't seen it. But you have like a Jiminy Cricket character that sits on the shoulder of one of the characters and just mutters like good thoughts into that person's head. And speculation, you are definitely that person. But I'm feeling like I'm flicking you off my shoulder and I want to give Grail a chance. So guys, Joker or Midsummer? What we thinking, guys? we are thinking. Oh, okay. So, Grail, you might have saved yourself here. Okay, so Joker's. Okay, so we're agreeing with Joker. So, what about the second film? What about Midsummer? We discussed it before, but let's do it again. Let's do this one for Grail, guys. Grail's put himself in quite a tricky situation, I must say. But it looks like Vitaphone wants Samuel L. Jackson to do what his wicked way with Grail here. Midsummer is a masterclass in soul-cringing filmmaking. That sermon. Oh dear. Midsummer was already. It was. You're right, Kenny. But this is different now because we're defending the life of Grail. What are we doing? Never seen Midsummer. Grail. Oh, it's not working out well for you, my friend. There's been some people who have worked against you, including Jiminy Cricket, the speculationer, and also Vitaphone. Grail, I'm so sorry. But I mean, you came in with guns blazing and you got what you deserved. I think you wanted this. You wanted the ending that you have got. You wanted this kind of Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid moment. And for that, I'm going to give you two things. I'm going to give you this.
We got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God.
And because you wanted that Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid ending, you get this as well. You get the man himself. You get the man himself. Right. So there's actually no more left that I've printed out. So I'm going to now go into some of these comments here. So Mika, your comment didn't come up. So could you type it in the comment now? And then when you type it, I'll find it. And then Vitaphone, you said it's hard to say as a massively overrated. It's hard to say. Okay, so what film, Vitaphone? Let me know what film that is that you were talking about. And then we'll discuss those last two before we are done. So, guys, what have we discovered today? Because every stream is a lesson. In the last stream, we learned from Vitaphone that 1 in 77 people watched Barbie. Well, Americans watched Barbie, but 1 in nearly 2 people watched Ghostbusters 1984. And this is cinema releases, which means that we have a huge problem, a huge gap with box office figures, and means that cinema is basically financially dying. So that was a nice stream. And then before that, we learned who the greatest actor is, which was Robert De Niro. And we learned that the most legendary actor is Nicolas Cage. And then prior to that, we learned a whole bunch of other lessons. So we've really gone through a gamut of, not a gambit, but a gamut of wonderful lessons over the past 10 days or so. And I'm hoping you guys are taking notes. Right. Barbieheimer is an obvious contender. So Vitaphone, we've discussed Oppenheimer already, and we got rid of Barbie because I don't really think anyone really respects it that much. So do you have another film? And that goes for you guys in the comments as well. And if you've got one last film, I'm happy to do those before we wrap up. And Speculationer, you said, tell us what you pick for overrated films, then we pick for you. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. White Noise, complete journey of lessons. And also, just so you guys know, this stream has definitely got the most views thus far. In fact, right now, more people are viewing this stream than have done on any stream so far. So well done to you guys. Hit the like button, please. If you've just jumped on because you're like, what's going on here? Overrated movies? I want a bit of that sauce. Then hit the subscribe button. watch some of my videos. You'll notice that I potentially make some good content, and you might want to become a subscriber. Or like Bootle Bad Boy, Vitaphone, and others, you could become a member of the channel by just going to join. I would really appreciate that. Or if you want to send over a super chat, I don't mind that either. But either way, thank you for being here, guys, because I do appreciate it. Right. So, Mika, first of all, am I saying your name right? And wow. Oh, dear. Mika, I don't know if you saw my last stream where I chatted to Jay, Vitaphone, and Grail, but I did make it very clear that my favorite film ever was Fight Club. So you're about to get the smoke, my friend. And I'm not going to take you off the parapet like I did with Grail, because this is my favorite film. So guys, Fight Club. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Fight Club. What's happening here? Guys, I don't want to have to defend Fight Club. You guys should naturally just be defending Fight Club right now. Before I jump in and have to do it myself. Did not know that at all. You said my first. You said my first time. I know what I don't care now, because you put Fight Club on this list. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, Cohen, are you agreeing that Fight Club is overrated? What is going on? Guys, someone please defend Fight Club. Yeah, I don't think you can see the poster right here. Okay, there we go. Right there. Fight Club. Oh my God, what's going on here? I have to agree with Mitch. Mika. Is that the right way? Mika. Because you're taking that Mika right now, my friend. Fight Club got appropriated by the wrong people, totally. I don't think anyone really understood what it was doing. It's taking the piss out of what people think it was promoting. I would love to hear why it's good. I wanted to like it. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. Fight Club is amazing. Thank God. Thank you for that. Little potato man eats tomatoes. Fight Club has gorgeous acting. Great. Yep. Okay, now you guys are coming through. Hell no. Fight Club is goated. Oh, I'm loving this now. Ooh, Kenny. Dial it back a little bit, Kenny. Okay, so Vitaphone, I'm going to come back to that in a minute. But before that, I need to get to this Fight Club business. Fight Club is both style and substance. Ooh. First time I saw Fight Club, I felt the same, but after many revisits, Tyler Durden has shown me the way. Totally. It's Brad Pitt's best performance. Fight Club is great, but the fan base, right. Helena Bonham Carter has never been better. That was the moment where I went, okay, she can act. She can actually act. My name has the long I, but besides that is correct. You know what? We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about your blasphemy against Fight Club. It shall not stand in this stream. I won't have it. Fight Club is ironic. It's gorgeous. It's life-changing. Has the best narration I've ever heard in any film. I think most films try to copy its narration. Has some wonderful visuals. I said that already, but it has some amazing visuals. The acting is absolutely on point. And it shows you as a observer what can happen when people start following the rules and regulations of an absolute tyrant who has no place being in control of anything. On top of that, the screenplay and the dialogue is absolutely fantastic. There's moments that are just laugh out loud, but they're sadistic moments. Like, just the fact that the narrator goes to these clubs or these groups for people who really have issues, and he kind of creeps himself into them and he embodies their issues as his own. And his issues really are so mundane in comparison to them. It's just such a great film. It's got Brad Pitt. It's got Edward Norton. It's David Fincher behind the camera. directing the shit out of it. The book is nearly as good, but the film is better. It's a brilliant writer. So I'm sorry. Yes, Stefan. You know what? If I had a grenade, I'd chuck that instead. But having said that, I do love you, Micah, and your opinion is totally valid. It's so valid, so very valid, that I'm going to do this.
Russ, did you guys lose this game or did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping. What is up, man?
Yo, bro, what are you talking about, man? That's exactly how I feel right now. That gave me heart palpitations. I'm thoroughly offended by that, Mika. Or Mika. Sorry. Okay, so Slumdog Millionaire or The Departed, both good, but nowhere near the best by the respected directors. So, guys, this is going to probably be the last two that we do. Agreed with that, Vitaphone? Right. Interesting. You convinced me that I need to give it a chance. You do. You know what? Go into it with open eyes, because it's going to probably be harder for you now to appreciate it now that I've hyped it up again. So maybe give it a couple of years and watch it again. And don't take it literally, because everything that's been said by Tyler Durden is nonsense. If you just keep that in mind, you'll enjoy it a lot more. Honestly. Such a brilliant film. So we have got Vitaphone. His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. Brilliant film. Vitaphone, you think, let me get it back up again. Slumdog Millionaire and The Departed are both overrated. Guys, what do we think? What do we think? Do we think that Slumdog Millionaire and The Departed are overrated? This may be the last two unless you guys have some more names. And then I think I might chuck a couple of names in there because the speculation I wanted me to. And then we're all going to say good night and goodbye. So what are we doing, guys? The Departed is a remake of the Asian movie Internal Affairs. It sure is. The originals are way better. Not seen the original, so I cannot comment, but I did enjoy The Departed. I can agree with that. Are you talking about those two films being overrated? I don't think The Departed is overrated. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe go fuck your mother. Come on. Just for that one line. Just for the one line. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe go fuck your mother. Jack Nicholson. Brilliant. Brilliant. And just every line that comes out of Mark Wahlberg's mouth is just tremendous. Just tremendous. But Slumdog Millionaire is dog turd. Absolute dog turd. And I didn't like it at the time. Really started to appreciate Danny Boyle even more recently, maybe in the last year or two. And then I watched it again and I still don't like it. So I don't know what that means, but I think I do. Ooh. So Rear Gaming is one of your favorite, but you thought it's forgettable. Okay. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe go fuck your mother. Yeah, so I'm going to veto The Departed, but I'm going to agree with Slumdog Millionaire, which puts me in a bit of a quandary because that's a 50-50 here. And Rear Gaming, Silence is a contemplative film. And I struggle to say whether it's great. I don't think it is, but I do think it's a good film. It's better than his most recent film. Right, so Vitaphone, I am going to... Ooh, you've got me sitting on the fence on this one because you came up with two films. I'm only going to judge Slumdog Millionaire. So in that case, I'm going to... Right, guys. Right. We're coming towards the end. The contrivances in Slumdog Millionaire fail the film. The Departed is fantastic, but the Academy gave it sympathy. Yeah. I totally agree. But I actually don't mind. Like, for example, Al Pacino won Best Actor for Scent of a Woman, and it's not like Malcolm X should have, Denzel Washington should have. So here's the thing. I think it was 1995, but please fact check me on this one, guys, or maybe 1994. Denzel should have won for Malcolm X, but Al Pacino won instead because Al Pacino was older and he'd just been completely ignored prior to that. And then in 2000 or 2001 or 2002, again, fact check me, guys, Denzel won for Training Day as Best Actor when he wasn't the main actor, first of all, and he should have won for Malcolm X. So someone else didn't win that year because they gave it to Denzel. And it happens all the time. Like, I was talking to someone today on the community page, and William Dafoe's not won an Oscar, and he should have won one by now. So it happens all the time, unfortunately. Scorsese should have got an Oscar for Taxi Driver. Yeah, Scorsese should have got an Oscar for Taxi Driver, and he definitely should have got one for Raging Bull. For Raging Bull, 100%. But they bumped it down the line, and unfortunately, he had a really bad 80s. He made Goodfellas, which he was never going to win an Oscar for. He should have won an Oscar for it. He made Casino, which he probably should have won an Oscar for. Maybe not, actually. And he made Kundun and a bunch of other stuff that probably could have got Oscar nominations or wins. And then he eventually got it for the film that he shouldn't have won it from. But, at least he got an Oscar. And should have won for Glory. He did win for Glory. But it was supporting actor. Again, fact check me on that one, guys. I think 1990, because the film came out in 1989. But again, fact check me. 93, that's the one, 93. Malcolm X came out in 92, not 95. Thank you, the speculationer. Appreciate that. I say it to you guys all the time. Got a bunch of random information in my head. And I draw on it sometimes. And sometimes, like, the years are not quite right. But, yeah. Yeah, he did. He won. He should have won it. What a film. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. Okay, what films do I think are overrated? And maybe you guys can jump in on this. I'm going to do 3 films for you. And then after that, we shall departed. What films can I think of here? Okay, this is the first one that I think is overrated. Now, guys, but the definition of overrated means it's been hyped up to such a level that potentially it doesn't deserve. But it doesn't always mean it's a bad film. So I'm going to say this film here. I think that film is overrated. And again, it's not to say it's a bad film. It's just to say that it's not as good as it's hyped out to be. So what do you guys think? What do you think of that film? If you want to defend it, defend it. If you do defend it, I guess I'm going to get Samuel L. Jackson. And then I might just do one more after that. Or maybe 2 more. But yeah, what do you guys think about The Gladiator? Ooh. Kenny disagrees. Mark thinks it's a great film. I think The Gladiator is overrated myself. Let me explain to you why I think it's overrated. The Gladiator... Okay, here's the thing. Let me break it down for you guys. You guys probably love Ridley Scott. You probably love him. And I like him, but I don't love him. And the reason I don't love him is because the whole of his career, he's been following in the footsteps of Stanley Kubrick. He absolutely reveres him. And I think he almost hates him because he just can't get to his levels. And there was an interview with him when he did that terrible film with Adam Driver recently, and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and those people. Terrible film. It's a ripoff of Rashomon, the wonderful Kurosawa film. And he was really bitter that he had not won Oscars and awards before. He's really, I mean, he's a very vile person. I think my battery is gone, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to keep talking whilst I'm off screen. But he's quite a vile person, quite a volatile person. Anyway, point I'm trying to make is that Gladiator is just Spartacus, which is a Kubrick film. So there's a lot of beats in the Kubrick film, Spartacus, that he's copying. And most of his career, he's just been copying the path of Kubrick. So with he's got a film called The Duelist, I think, which stars Harvey Keitel. And that's just copying Barry Lyndon. And then there's plenty of examples, like 2001, he's got The Martian. And again, he's just copying him there. And Alien and so forth and so forth. So he's, I'm not saying he's a terrible director, but Gladiator, if you've seen Spartacus, you've kind of seen Gladiator. And it's literally a beat for beat, honestly. And if you guys haven't seen Spartacus, do watch it. It's not a great film. It's probably one of, well, it's not really a Kubrick film because he only came on board to take over for someone. So he didn't really have much of a say in it. But honestly, give it a little watch. And then you'll see what I mean about him being a bit of a Kubrick copier and trying to copy his career. So just to add on to that, Napoleon, the most recent film, was meant to be a Kubrick film in the 70s with Jack Nicholson starring, but he didn't make it. And then what happened? Ridley Scott made it. So if you want further proof, that is it. That's my reason for, again, I don't dislike Gladiator. I think it's fun. But at the same time, I think it's overrated. And apologies, I will be back on your screens in just a few seconds. Yeah, he's a Kubrick hat. He's an absolute Kubrick hat. Right. So, what do you guys think? What are we saying about that film? What are we saying about that wonderful film, Gladiator? Apologies, guys. There I am. Right. So, what are you guys saying about it? The Duelist is good too. The Duelist is good though. Okay. Are you not entertained? So his career is the plot of Amadeus then. Do you know what, Matthew? His career is kind of the plot of Amadeus. I think you might be right. Russell Crowe's only good movie. Do you know what, guys? I have defended my point, but I think you guys are just like, no, Ridley Scott's amazing and Gladiator is fantastic, and that's the end of the story. So, do you know what? If that's the case, then that's the case. I cannot argue with that. And unfortunately, what that means for me is that I'm about to get shot.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
I didn't get shot, I got eaten. But Love Gladiator, that's where he may have peaked. Actually, don't agree. I actually really like The Martian. I think that's his best film. I think every other film that he's done, he has... there's always been things that bother me about his films. Even Blade Runner. Alien, not so much, but Blade Runner for sure. But with The Martian, it's a perfect blend of drama, comedy, great acting, and really it comes together quite nicely. So I really think his best film is The Martian. And I know you guys definitely don't agree with that. Oh, there we go. Gladiator and The Martian are my favorites. There you go. So you do agree with me. I'd agree with films like Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and Hannibal. So he didn't do Alien Covenant. Oh, did he? No, I don't think he directed Alien Covenant. Maybe he did. Help me out, guys. Maybe he did. Damn, I forgot about Alien. Yeah, Alien's good. Alien's very good. Oh, Oh my God. Okay, we'll do one more of my films and then we shall call it a night. And what film shall I do that's going to rile you guys up? What can I pick out that's going to make you guys feel like I've insulted you in some way? Let me have a little think. He directed Covenant. Oh, okay. Well, that's terrible. Okay. It's absolutely terrible. Terrible film. It's not worse than Prometheus, but, you know, we can't all be full of love. What film shall I get? What film shall I do here? What film shall I pick out? Whilst I think, if you guys have got any other last films that you want to put down as overrated, let me know, because after we do my one, that is it. We are done. Who's the lazy turd? Who's a lazy turd? Vitaphone, who's a lazy turd? I hope you're not talking about Ridley Scott, but hey, totally agree about The Gladiator, but not a bad. Yeah, it's not a bad film. Again, it's not a bad film, but yeah, it's not a great film either. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I need one big one just to kind of round the night off. Wow, Vitaphone is a lazy turd. Can you tell me why Ridley Scott is a lazy turd? That's a huge statement. That is a huge old statement. Wow. He's a proto Snyder. Ooh. Jeez. I don't know if I agree with that, but yeah. Wow. That's hit me hard, that one. G.I. Jane was his worst. He's got a lot of worsts, believe me. Got a lot of worsts. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gladiator 2 is one of his worsts, because that's going to be an absolute shit show. Absolute shit show. So on the next stream, Ted. Gagnon, Ted. That's the film. On the next stream, we're probably not gonna do overrated TV shows. I don't think. We might do. Maybe. But one of the streams we're going to do overrated TV shows. We're also going to do a tier list for the best movies ever. So you guys get your thinking caps on and start thinking about what films could be considered the best movies ever. I don't think we've done that yet. Maybe we have. Maybe we have done that. But if we haven't, we're going to be doing that. And then we're going to do another last tier list maybe. But yeah, guys, I need that one more film, don't I? I need the one more film. I'm trying to go through all the films that I think are overrated. And then let me think directors whose films I do not like. Okay, cool. I've got one. And we're going to end it there after that. And I know you guys may hate me for this one as well. So let me do it. We have discussed it on the community page a few times. And maybe I should spell it right as well. Do you know what? Let me spell that right. There we go. And also, guys, if you've just joined the chat, if you've been in there for a while, please hit the like button. It helps the channel to grow and blah, 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 and so forth. We're going to do the wonderful film Babylon. What do you guys think? Am I getting the bullet from Samuel L. Jackson? Or will I get a dance from Nicolas Cage? What are we doing? Let me tell you why I don't like it. Babylon is trying so hard. Okay, so here's the career, in my opinion, of Damien Chazelle. We have Whiplash. Let me bring my hand into shot. Whiplash here. And then everything else. Let me do this hand. Whiplash here, and then everything else it's just been down, 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 down to Babylon. He was heading in this direction because he's been trying to be more of an adult filmmaker since Whiplash. So he did La La Land, he did First Man, which was kind of his foray into adult filmmaking, and then he made Babylon, which is his idea of an adult film, where he's blatantly ripping off Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights in so many beats. It's noisy, it's loud. Margot Robbie's central performance is problematic to the point of being disgusting. It's an awful performance by her. The guy who plays her mate, he's meant to be the lead guy, Manny, he's awful, absolutely awful. Brad Pitt is okay, but he's not got much to do. Jean Smart is Jean Smart. You can't direct her poorly. She's brilliant all the time. And the cinematography is good. It's good. The incessive music is not good. Excessive music is not good. The incessant music is not good. The loudness, the brashness, it's just so much. And it's 3 hours of Margot Robbie shouting, music, and plot thin. It's also taken a lot from Singing in the Rain. The whole plot is Singing in the Rain, which is an infinitely better film. So guys, what do you think? Here we go. Babylon is not overrated piece of crap. Watch out, Marcus. You'll convince me to watch Babylon remember. Watch it. I dare you. Babylon Circus Show. One day you don't like it, one day you hate it. I'll have a nuanced position towards it. Fair. I want to see it just because you did a great video essay on too much editing can ruin the power of a scene. I did indeed. And some people didn't like that. They were like, oh, blah, you can't have a go at Damien Chazelle. It's not allowed. You can't do that. The title is Babylon. Here's the problem with loud stuff. Well, yeah, it's called Babylon, but I don't want it to be loud. Oh, come on, Babylon was panned by the critic audience, basically beaten it up. Do you know why I put up Visa Phones? Because every time I bring it up, there's a bunch of people that say it's brilliant. I like the first half, but the rest is ass cheeks. I added the word ass. Whiplash is a supreme all-time great. Whiplash is a supreme all-time great. And I'm not dissing Damien Chazelle. I just think he's made an incredible film, and then he hasn't made an incredible film since, which makes me think he's not a good director. Babylon should be watched on steroids and other barbiturates. So, yeah, I think you guys agree with me. So I'm not going to get the gun here. I'm not going to get the gun. I'm going to get a little dance from Nicolas Cage. You agree with me? If you don't agree with me, say now or forever hold your peace. But I'm thinking you agree with me. And it's probably because you haven't watched it. So I'm taking a win. Any last comments? No? Okay. I'm taking a little win. Do it. Dance for me, Nicolas Cage.
The Messiah. In fact, I think it's fucking boring. But your voice makes even a hack like Handel seem like a genius. Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Oh dear. The 90s were wild, weren't they? Vesper, I love your name. It's the name of the best character in the whole of the James Bond franchise, Vesper Lynd. And even better than James Bond. Vesper Lynd in what's it called, that film? Casino Royale is just incredible. Eva Green is fantastic in that film. Fantastic. Biden. Oh dear. I want to watch Priest Dancing Group. Oh dear. Hallelujah indeed. Hallelujah indeed. Oh my God. That scene is so problematic. It's so problematic. The things you could get away with, and we laugh about it now because it's still funny. So there is some comedy that you can, and they knew what they were doing. They weren't like, this is okay. They were like, no, this is not okay, but it's funny, so let's do it. The things you can't do nowadays is ridiculous. I know Jerry Seinfeld was, he had a film come out recently which absolutely crashed and burned, where he was saying comedians are not allowed to do what they want nowadays. And people were like, oh, you can't say that. Your film's crap, so you can't say that. Do you realize Jerry Seinfeld is the richest comedian ever? He can say that. He can do what he wants. He's the richest comedian ever. So shut the F up. But yeah, scenes like that, you probably can't get away with nowadays. And yeah. So my last streams, I absolutely had a go at a certain redhead and a certain lady from the Spider-Man franchises. But I have praised Eva Green. She's wonderful in Casino Royale. So that balances things out. Right, guys. Vitaphone, it's so true. It's so true. Nowadays, villains can't do anything. Guys, this has been epic. And you guys are amazing. If you could hit the like button, if you haven't, on the way out, that would be most deserved, loved. And you guys deserve it because you've got through probably about 120 films today. It's taken us 3 hours and a half, but you guys are fantastic. Vitaphone, thank you very much for gifting 5 people memberships. Big love on that. Jay, thank you very much for the super chat. You guys, thank you very much for the love. If you hit the like button, if you've made a comment, if you've helped us get to this place of peace and enjoyment and love. And we'll be back. We'll be back. I don't know when we're going to be back. Maybe I might pop up tomorrow. I might not. It's a bank holiday weekend in the UK, which means we get Monday off. But I am pretty busy on Monday, so I might pop in tomorrow. On Tuesday, we'll probably do a tier list. Probably, or I might even do a tier list tomorrow since I've got the whole day off. Anyway, it's all irrelevant, guys. I don't know when I'm going to be on next, but I'll put it in the community page. So do have a little look. If you follow me on Twitter, I might start putting some announcements on Twitter as well, because I know the community page doesn't always show things. And you can add me on Twitter, which is just my name, I think, Marcus Flemings. So, guys, this has been beautiful. You've been amazing, and we're out of here, and we're going to leave how we always leave, and that's with a bang. All right, guys, big love. I'll see you very soon. And chat, they do rock. The chat does rock. See you guys very soon. That's a holiday in America as well. Okay. Well, yeah. Guys, big love. See you soon, and we'll speak, and so forth and so forth. See you soon.